I talk to them and find out their story, and some of it's laughable.
But the comment that you made that Tony perceived as ignorant was you saying that you learned about the globe from the flat earthers. Now, I think I understand what you mean in that. Since I got into listening to this stuff about 2 years ago, I didn't know half as much as I do about the globe. And I started, of course, listening to the fools first because they were the ones that kind of popped up.
There you go.
However,
Exactly the
once
same.
you move on to find McToon and Icy and Max and PhD Tony and Dave McKeegan and others, you start to you start to understand the game here. And the game is they're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. They misinterpret things. They misquote things. It's 8 inches per mile. It's 8 inches per square mile. It's 8 inches per mile squared. They don't, and then they apply it incorrectly. Like I've definitely learned a lot of stuff, but it's learning from their mistakes, I guess is the better way to put it, rather than to say you're learning from them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But you were doing exactly as you said you were doing exactly what I was doing.
Yes, I'm
You found out information from the flat. Hang on, you heard information from the flat earthers about the globe that you never knew. Now I've heard lots of debates between globers and flat earthers, and from what I can see, the globe earthers haven't been able to convince the flat earthers that they're wrong, even after 15 years.
Because flat earthers,
even after 15 years.
ElderBear, it's because flat earth is a religion. It's not. They didn't get to be flat earthers because of logic. They're not going to get out because
it's all
of
a religion. It's all a religion.
There's two types of flat earthers. There's the grifting flat earthers, like the Dave, like Flat Earth Dave and Oakley, who are doing it just because neither one of them is a true believer. And then there's the marks, that they grift off of. That are true believers in the sense, and they absolutely treat it like a religion. That you just like you can't believe a believer. Tell me the reasons why I can't believe in God. That's how personally they take it, and it's silly. But not to them though.
Some of you are fortunate to have spoken to Witsit, and
don't call it. Don't say fortunate.
I don't know about fortunate.
That's the wrong word.
Well, whatever. It's taken me nearly 3 years to get to speak to him without somebody. It was very difficult without somebody trying to shut me down or talk over him or speak for Witsit. And I spoke to him the other day twice. I've spoken to him this week. Once after he's had his little domestic, and the next day about his visit to Union Glacier. And I managed to speak to him. It took me 3 years to get to there to be able.
Did you talk to him alone, or did he have it as part of a podcast?
It was in. It was here. It was in Worldwide Debates.
Okay.
I haven't seen him in person. I haven't sat at his feet and saw.
No. I don't mean that. I mean, was it a one-on-one conversation, or was it part of a panel? Is what I meant.
It was kind of one-on-one in as much as you can have a one-on-one here.
Right, I got you.
I had to shut
Austin
people
will
down
have
from
one-on-ones.
talking.
He'll talk to you individually if you just, if you hit him up on Facebook or whatever. He'll talk to you one-on-one, not in a show environment.
No, he's never has for me. No. I used to go on his Telegram. I used to go on his Telegram and I got kicked out of there for asking those questions. That I asked him the other day. But now I have some other observations that he went to Antarctica, and I was asking him about those. I was asking where the GP of the sun was that he saw. Does Sigma Octantis have a GP on flat Earth? These are interesting questions to me.
Sure.
I asked him, whether that sun that he was looking at in the south, when he was facing south at 79 degrees south, and he was looking at the sun in the sky, what was the GP of the sun? I asked him that. And he told me to go and he pointed me to Joe Hanvey.
Well,
and said, the Joe Hanvey.
You're assuming that
it's on. Listen, I tell you what. Listen to New Perspective has put out a video that includes all the questions I asked him. So it's there. But it took me that long to get there to speak to him. So you say that I'm ignorant for speaking to these people, but it's taken me a long time to get to speak to them.
That.
PhD Tony's trying to put that in the chat.
No, I don't think it's ignorant at all.
You're very hard of understanding. This has been explained to you like 3 times already. I'm going to do it once again. What PhD Tony was saying was about you telling that you got your globe information from flat earthers. That's what he was criticizing.
Right.
Not about talking to flat earthers.
But IC Spin clarified that he'd done exactly the same.
Yeah, it's just a wrong choice of words, basically. There is some educational value.
There's a fine line. There's a nuance to that statement saying, just like I said, I got a lot of my information or got into this because of listening to flat earthers, but then found, the right things from the debunkers. But yes, you hear them say the terms, but my point being is they more often than not misapply the terms or say the terms incorrectly or measurements. They don't do measurements. They talk about
Okay,
measurements, but they don't do measurements.
all right, but that's my question. So, I've asked, Nathan Oakley says the globe comes from flat Earth measurements. So I've
Well,
asked
that's
him
his
that,
news. That's
well,
his
in
news.
that
Well, I
case,
say new. It's been his thing for like a
I
year
know,
and a half now. Yeah, he
but
ran out
that's
of
what he
arguments,
said.
so
I'm
that's what he
addressing,
says now.
it does, for you he has, but I'm addressing the things that he says, so
Yes, I
he
agree.
says
That's what he
that.
says.
And
Do
then
you
I
know what I
say,
do when
well,
I watch
so,
an Oakley video? I count each time he chants his mantra.
Yeah.
So I've clocked him at very high mantras per minute values. I don't remember the number exactly, but that's
But
the fun I have watching Oakley.
my point being, ElderBear, is that has not always been his grift. He used to be he used to be a Eric Dubay acolyte, and he used to say all the stuff Eric did. Well, when that started to become proven wrong, and he started to change his message, he needed something that was his that he could say simply, where he wouldn't have to get into the math. He needs to avoid the math. He needs to avoid measurements. He needs to avoid all of those things. So what he found, or what he thinks he's found, is this simplified truth that makes absolutely no sense, because like someone was saying earlier, that if Oakley was right, you can't measure a hot air balloon. You can't measure at all, because there wouldn't be two right angles on it. I mean, it's ludicrous. You can
oh,
absolutely
yeah,
measure anything. But that's his whole
yeah,
basis for the way the globe is shaped, which
but that,
one has nothing to do with the other either.
but that doesn't mean someone shouldn't question him about it and that they're
Oh, we do.
ignorant for
Well,
questioning him.
I'd love to sit
No
down
one
and
is
chat with
saying
Nathan,
that.
but he won't. But Nathan refuses to allow anyone to actually speak to him. That's the
No, well,
point.
PH Stoney said that I'm ignorant for talking to flat earthers to
No,
Oh my
find out.
God,
no,
do
no,
I need
no.
to explain it to
Again,
you a fifth time?
get him,
I'm
Matt.
not
I will
looking for the
continue to
globe,
repeat it to you
Max. I'm
until
not,
the fucking
Max.
rapture.
Yeah.
You can if you like, but listen, I'm not
PhD.
looking for the flat
Tony
earthers
was
for
not
globe
saying you were
information.
ignorant
Hang
for
on,
talking to flat
hang
earthers.
on. I'm not speaking to flat earthers to find out about globe information.
Correct.
That's not what I'm
Okay, then
doing. So
that was Tony's contention.
That was the
yeah.
misunderstanding.
Well, so why would I speak to globers about it? I wasn't asking that. I'm asking the flat earthers the flat Earth information. It's them that give me the globe information that I never
Wait, no.
had. Not a glober. PhD Tony's never told me anything about the
Wait,
globe.
you,
He just
Have you
drunkenly
asked
swore
him?
at me. Yes, he's drunkenly swore at me, and that's so I just discount him. I'm sorry, that's what happened when I spoke to him.
no, I
So
get it.
he's not somebody that I value as somebody to talk to. I'm sorry, that's what I did.
Understood.
I put him to the
Understood.
That
side, and I
seems
will
like a
continue to
you
put him to the side.
problem.
I
That seems
I
like
Well,
a
it
think
you
doesn't
problem.
matter.
I
Well,
have
it's
Tony
my
on my
problem.
show all the time, and
And
he
Good luck.
has
Good luck.
some
It's
of
your
the
choice.
best
It's
arguments.
your choice.
look, for somebody that's newer to it and is trying to learn, PhD Tony is not the first person you should be talking to figure that out, because
Okay.
Tony's going to talk over your head, because Tony's smarter than all of us combined on this channel, pretty much, except for maybe Kate, you know. And Tony speaks in a language that sometimes I find hard to understand. If you're looking for the basics of it, well, go back and watch Tune stuff. Go to Tunes. Go to mctune.mctune.net. Go look at his catalog, is encyclopedia of information.
He's
That's where
not a
you
flat
find.
earther, though. He's not a flat earther, so there's
Why
no
do you
reason
need
to
to
speak to him.
wait? But hold on. But then I guess I am
Because they're the ones
misunderstanding what
offering
you're
the
saying.
replacement, right? They're the ones offering
Why
me
do
the
you want?
replacement. So they're the ones
But
I'm
no,
seeking.
flat
you're
earthers
And if I
don't
was to
going to
be,
offer.
them for
hang
globe
on, listen,
information.
listen.
I am.
They don't
If I was
offer
to
them for
become,
replacement.
shush, if I was to become one of them, all right, then I would have to have all that knowledge from them to be able to sit with them and be one of them,
Right.
right? So in order, so they're the ones I have to understand about what they're saying. And when I've
But I
questioned them about it,
okay.
I've 3 years ago I never knew what an argument was. I never knew the power of a logical syllogism, but I made one
Sure.
that
Sure.
falsifies the measurements that Nathan Oakley's talking about. All right.
Yes.
That McToon says falsifies flat Earth. You still call me a flat earther. All right. Now I'm trying to
I
ask
don't
them
think
the questions of that and the implications of that pi equals 2 for the flat earthers.
yeah.
All right. And they're very scared of it. and now 24/7 have stopped talking about that aspect, the 69 miles to 1 degree and the latitudes and the flat Earth distance. They've stopped talking about it since I brought out this argument, and they're scared to listen to it. They're scared to give me an answer. Okay, if the Earth's flat and you measure it at an angle to Polaris, you get 69 miles per 1 degree, and there's 90 degrees between the GP of Polaris and the circle of the equator. That's a radius to that circle. Now, those numbers don't add up. It's not 3959. If the globe came from flat Earth measurements, where is the 3959 then? Where did that come from? Where is it on the flat Earth in reality that I can see it? Now, if they could show that to me, I could then think about it and think, is that viable? Is that possible? Could I make another argument about that? Are they convincing me? Well, they haven't convinced me so far.
For them.
Well,
That would give the game away for them. They can't give you an answer, because in giving that answer, they would have to admit that the Earth was curved, because they don't abide by a radius. Huh?
But you haven't done that in 12 or 15 years. You haven't got an argument like that.
What an argument like what? I mean, there's been plenty of people that have done
the measured flat destructive dichotomy
to justify and to quantify and not prove, but to confirm the 395, that to confirm the radius of the globe. Toon's done it several times.
I'm talking about the flat earthers. I'm talking about the flat earthers and their numbers.
I understand that, but you're asking them to do something that can't be done. You're asking them to.
But you're not.
I mean, maybe I'm misunderstanding the question, but it sounds to me like you're trying to have the flat earthers quantify mathematically the radius of the globe. But if the Earth's flat, it doesn't have a radius. They
it does have a radius. It does have a radius
because it's a globe. I agree with you.
No, Nathan Oakley. No, the flat earthers told me what their radius was and the circumference. They clearly stated it, and it took me 3 years.
I think this is ElderBear's best argument.
To arrive at an argument, but for 12 or 15 years, you haven't arrived at that argument to ask them that question about those numbers.
Because,
why is that?
All they're doing is borrowing those numbers from the globe and then trying to backfill it in with some kind of crazy logic.
But Toon said I falsified the flat Earth with my argument, but you haven't done that. Nobody here has done that in 12 or 15 years.
Wait. The problem is that you think that's the only falsification. I have my own falsifications. I go outside.
I was going to say, I can give you 25 falsifications right now.
Yeah, and you're still here, and you're still here inviting, and you're still here inviting flat earthers.
Why are you preaching about here?
Because it's entertainment for some people.
Can we get some water? Max, go ahead.
You're trying to basically say that your argument is the best, but when you say that we are still here and our arguments fall flat because flat earthers are idiots, yours is in that same camp because you haven't changed any minds. Your argument beats Oakley's mantra, but he still keeps on chanting it every single show. So my way to debunk flat earth is I go outside and I see the Southern Cross and the South Celestial Pole. And the stars rotate the other way and the sun goes the other way. That is the thing.
And the moon's upside down. The moon's upside down.
Can I say, Max? I didn't say it was the best. I didn't say it was the best argument. All right, Max. I didn't say it was the best argument. But you are also free to make an argument, Matt.
We make a lot of them.
For your
Have you seen me debate flat earthers? I destroy them every time.
Come on, then. Give me your best logical syllogism, then.
I don't need to do a logical syllogism. I can show
you don't
evidence.
Have one.
I can show evidence.
You have a logical syllogism. You have a logical syllogism for the globe.
I don't give a fuck. I can show evidence.
I know you don't. You have a logical syllogism for the globe.
Evidence.
Give me a logical syllogism for the globe, Max.
Evidence.
It's no good you saying that. You're just as dumb as the flat earthers.
Evidence.
Because you don't have an answer either, Max, okay?
Evidence.
You don't have an answer, Max. You just stay.
I can give you evidence.
On Matoon's sheet. That's what you are.
Evidence. That's what I have.
You don't have it.
You don't figure out the shape of the earth by demanding a logical syllogism. You figure out the shape of the earth by looking at reality and finding evidence for the shape of the earth. That's why you keep saying that. It's this logical syllogism stuff. This logical syllogism stuff and this do you have an argument stuff, that's just beside the point. Nobody, that's not how you figure out.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it make things clear in a conversation?
Nothing makes it clear what shape the Earth is better than a photograph.
My argument does.
Space.
The measured flat destructive dichotomy does do that. You said it falsified flat Earth. Very powerful.
Yeah, and my evidence also destroys flat Earth. The sun for me
You
sets
don't have an
from right
argument,
to
Max.
the sun. I have evidence, dummy.
All right,
Keep up, please. I know that my English level
I
is
have it.
way above yours, but
Is-
keep up. I
is
have
my-
evidence.
is my-
When I look at
is
the
my
sunset,
my
dummy,
argument evident?
I am talking. When I
No,
look at the
you're just
sunset,
sound like
looking west,
Santero.
when I look at the sunset, looking west, the sun goes right to left. In the north, it goes left to right. It's over.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I
spoke to
posted
Witness
it in the
about
chat
it.
So then
chat,
don't tell
Elder.
me that
He
I don't
said-
have an argument, you dumbass. Because I
That's
have
not
the
an
argument
argument,
and I have
Max.
the
That's
evidence.
No,
It's
that's a statement, Max. It's not an argument.
That
Not a
is an
statement you're
argument,
making.
you
It's not a
dumb
statement.
fuck.
No, wait. It's not a statement when you can make a claim and then you can falsify or confirm the conclusion. That's not a statement. That's.
But it's
I mean,
not
I
in a
guess
logical form. So how can you do that?
how's
It
it
is
not
in a logical
Present it in a
form, you
logical form.
stupid
Of course it
moron.
is. Of course it is.
Go on then.
I posted a
Feel
syllogism
You want to
for you,
call it a
Elder Bear.
scientific? You want to call it hypothesis,
Go on.
and then testing. You want to go through the scientific method on it. I mean, that's a logical process.
No, if
You make a prediction.
if the sun rotates in opposite directions, is that where you're going to start or something? What are
No,
you gonna do?
no. You
It's
start
not
with something saying
rotation,
that-
it's
you say that if the Earth is a globe, when I am in the northern hemisphere, the sun is going to set in the west from right or from left to right. When I'm in the southern hemisphere, it's going to set from right to left. When I'm in the southern hemisphere, I see different stars. I can't see Polaris. In the north hemisphere, I can't see the Southern Cross. When I'm in Australia, the moon is upside down. Why is the moon upside down when I'm in Australia? It's
Well,
upside
I
down
haven't seen
because
it,
I'm
so-
on the bottom of the globe looking up at it versus where I am in Virginia here. I'm on the top of the
Bottom.
earth and I'm looking down at it.
Top.
It's upside down.
What do you mean the bottom and the top? There is no bottom and top. They told me.
it's
Well, it's a sphere.
colloquial.
But fair enough. There's no bottom and top.
You're getting pedantic.
understand
Right.
what
So why are you talking about the bottom and the top then?
Okay.
If
all
there
right,
isn't
all
one.
right,
It's
if I'm at 45 degrees north latitude and I look at the moon, it's a certain way. If I go to 45 degrees south latitude, it's perceptively upside down.
You
can
realize
also
this is why
say-
no one loves you,
Listen,
ElderBear,
listen.
right?
You also say that the North Pole is perpendicular to the horizontal of the equator.
You also
course it
say
is.
Well, as much
Can
as
I-
it
can
can
I-
be on a sphere. I mean,
Can I lay out a
it's
syllogism
tilting,
for you,
but it's
Elder Bear?
tilting at 23.4 degrees. So how can that be
but
horizontal?
it doesn't
That's
matter
the
if it's tilting. The
axis, but
equator is the whole Earth is
the
tilting.
equator
Yeah,
is
yeah.
90 degrees from
Yeah,
that.
Mattoon showed me the model.
Dumbass. You
No,
absolute
Mattoon
dumbass
showed me the
fucker.
model.
But the
Yeah, Mattoon
equator.
showed me the model, man.
I understand that, but the equator doesn't stay
Wow, you really are a Flerf.
perpendicular to plumb, and then everything's tilted at 21 degrees.
No, it's tilted. When I'm
That's what I
shown the
said.
accurate representation of the Earth by McToon, then the equator is tilting at 23.4 degrees. It's not
Yes, it's all
horizontal.
tilting together.
Yeah,
That's
because
what I
it's
was saying.
perpendicular to the axis, you dumbass.
But it's
And the
not
axis
perpendicular to
happens to be
horizontal, though, is it?
Can I lay out a
Because
syllogism for
that
you,
isn't
Elder Bear?
horizontal. The equator isn't
Yes,
horizontal.
of course it's horizontal. Oh my God, you're so...
Do you mind if I lay
It's
something
tilting
out
at
for you,
23.4
Elder
degrees,
Bear?
Max.
Elder Bear,
So
can I lay something out
what-
for you?
Oh
Go ahead.
no,
Just-
do you think
just
that
give me
there
a
is
sec.
one universal horizontal, you Flerf moron?
So
I'm not
Pete-
Flerf. The quote.
He's not a
Yes,
Flerf,
you
though.
are. Like you are
a
saying
globe.
Flerf's dumb
He's-
shit.
He's
It's a
McToon tonight.
globe
He's a
fact,
flat Earth skeptic.
It's a
He's
globe
skeptic.
fact.
He's a skeptic. He's a globe
It's a
skeptic.
globe fact that the equator is tilting at 23.4 degrees.
Yes,
Give
so
or take, yes.
ElderBear.
Okay, so not
Elder
horizontal.
yes.
ElderBear.
Whoever said it had to be horizontal?
Elder
It's
Bear.
horizontal.
McToon said that
It
the
is
poles were
horizontal
perpendicular to the
Elder
horizontal
Bear.
It is
equator.
perpendicular to
No,
the
it's-
pole. It's
Mike,
perpendicular
shut
to the pole,
It's
but the poles are
perpendicular
also
to
tilted.
the axis of rotation, you
Right.
dumbo.
So the pole,
No,
the equator.
But that's not horizontal, is it? That's 23.4
horizontal
degrees
to
off of
what?
horizontal.
But horizontal to what?
What is-
It's perpendicular
What's
to
the
the
20
axis of
hang on,
rotation.
hang on.
You're contradicting yourself
What's-
because you just invoked that there is no up and down on a ball, so there's
Right.
no up and down in space, so there is no universal
listen.
horizontal, you dumb fuck.
Somebody else used that term, and I questioned that term. So what is 23.4 degrees measured from then?
Would you like a real explanation, ElderBear?
That'd be great.
I'm asking about the 23.4 degrees not
Yeah.
being horizontal.
Maybe you can ask the person who brought up 23 points,
It's
whatever
from,
degrees.
it's from the plane of the ecliptic.
I just need to understand when you say 23 degrees, why it's not horizontal, but 23 horizontal from what? What would it be horizontal from?
Well, what would 23.4 degrees be?
Would you
measured
like the
from?
explanation? Would you
That's
like
the axial tilt. But what do you want it to be horizontal to?
Yeah. So that's not vertical or horizontal, is it? That's
but
a tilt.
in what reference frame? What in
the
what reference frame?
If you're talking about perpendicular and horizontal, in that reference frame.
No. But look, okay. But the
this guy is like on the verge of
take a basketball. Okay, look. Take a basketball. Take a basketball.
Seriously, guys, you're missing the point.
Stick a pencil in the North Pole. Stick a pencil in the South Pole of it. Okay. Put a frisbee around where the equator would be. Whether you tilt it left or right, you could tilt it 45 degrees. The axial rotation where where those pencils are and where that frisbee is in the center, signifying the equator, and where the pencils are signifying the poles, they are still going to say in perpendicular fashion, regardless of how much you tilt that ball around.
Would you
They're
like
not horizontal. It's not horizontal, is it?
Yes,
it's not horizontal.
No, I have electronic vinyl that repeats itself less than you. You are so dumb.
Yeah, but how about
if you've got a basketball, right? Hang on. If you've got a basketball, and you put, you establish the horizontal. If it's still, not moving, it does have a horizontal diameter.
ElderBear. What is
not tilting diameter, horizontal diameter, doesn't it?
Listen,
ElderBear. Stop. It would be if you put a piece of if you put a piece of wood on top of the basketball.
May I ask a question? Why are you asking
everybody?
They will be parallel to the horizontal diameter.
Elder retard, shut up. Let Brenda speak.
ElderBear, the ecliptic is the Earth's orbital plane. The Earth is tilted 23 degrees with respect to its orbit, not to the equator. You dumb fuck.
No, I'm talking about the equator. The equator not being horizontal because on the model it's tilted at 23.4 degrees.
But the horizontal to what? That's what I keep asking. You keep saying
the horizontal of that model. To the horizontal of that model on the desk. The model on the desk.
Horizontal is a relative term, you absolute jackass.
Yeah, no, it's tilted.
May I speak?
Yes, it is tilted, but it's tilted with respect to the plane of the ecliptic. Third time that it's been said to you.
That's like
may I speak with ElderBear?
Yes, please go.
That's an accurate representation.
I actually sympathize with part of where you're coming from. I have the same experience as you when you were talking with Witsit some time ago. I was talking with Witsit, but you had more luck than I. You said that you got to talk to him, you were in his feet, and it was so wonderful because you didn't get kicked out finally. Well, I got kicked out because I dared to ask what's the flat Earth explanation for the sun rise and sunset. That's interesting. But I have that kind of experience quite a lot in these communities, and you ask us why we are here. Well, my answer is I am still here because all of these flat earthers are cowards. I tried to do what you are doing. I tried to go to them and I tried to get them to answer questions, and they wouldn't do it. And I had this experience. I don't know if you know this guy, Bev, Try Thinking. I went and I talked with him and I asked some questions, and then I got muted. And then they laughed at me, and then they mocked me, and then I got muted again when I tried to ask the question. Exactly the same experience as with Witsit. So my answer to why I'm still here is I try to ask questions, but then these morons will never listen and they will never give answers. And Bev Tried Thinking, if you happen to know him, he's one of these morons. He has a script just like all of the flat earthers. He denies that he's a flat earther, but he deep down is one, of course. And he will never answer any questions, and he just speaks a lot of bullshit, just like flat earthers. And I try to get him to answer some questions, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna answer that because that's too hard for me."
Well,
Have you heard of this guy, Mr. ElderBear?
Try thinking. Yeah, I've heard of him, but I can't speak for your experience, can I? I can only speak for my own.
You can speak for your experience. What's your experience with Bev try thinking?
Turns out that Bev's actually here. That's kind of convenient, right?
My experience of Bev try thinking is that I find him a very good man.
He's an idiot. What are you talking about?
You say so. That's your experience. My experience is not that.
Idiots can also be good men. You said that he's a good man. Maybe he's a good man. He's also an idiot. Maybe that's the compromise.
That's your experience. It's not my experience. It's not been my experience. I'm sorry.
So what's your experience?
It's not been my experience.
So what's your experience?
Is a good man who I can have some deep conversations with.
Do you have a logical syllogism? Give me a logical syllogism of what thinking.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, if one were to say that the Earth is not flat, measurably not flat, observably not flat. So
that's not a logical syllogism. I need a logical syllogism.
Hang on, they could not be described as a flat earther. ElderBear does say that the Earth is measurably, observably.
A logical syllogism. I need a logical syllogism, ElderBear.
ElderBear is not a flat earther. There you go. Here's one.
No, but you do say some of the same dumb shit that they do. Because you got explained to you.
That's your experience.
You got explained to you. I do have an argument. I saw it happen just now. I told you for 2 minutes straight that what I do is evidence, and you kept asking me for a syllogism, and I told you I don't give a fuck about syllogisms. I'll give you evidence. And I spent to you the next 2 minutes repeating myself to you that I would give you evidence. I don't care about syllogism because you're thick as shit.
Well, maybe but I've asked the flat earthers myself the same question as you have about the counter-rotating sun circles. You're not the only one, Max. Doesn't mean that I'm ignorant.
But they don't answer.
Yes, I do have an answer for it.
No, they don't.
They don't have an answer for it. Open your motherfucking ears.
Max, they do have an answer for it.
No, they don't.
They say you turn right. Yes, they told me an answer. You asked me the answer. The answer is the answer they told me was you turn round.
You don't turn around because if you turn around, you're not looking at the South Celestial Pole. So it's a ridiculous answer.
So then there was a follow-up question, all right? Yes, of course. And then there's a follow-up question. But they're not turning around. Both people are looking south at the sun.
Both people are looking south in the cardinal direction.
Facing south. Hang on, Max. Those people in the north are facing south when looking at the path of the sun, as did Whitsitt, McToon, and all those guys were also looking south, looking at the path of the sun. They were both doing it in both places, and that was the next question.
I don't understand, but the sun went all the way around. What do you mean they looked at the south?
They then start to ban me, and then they start to paint a picture of me, like you all do, of me being a certain character because I asked those questions.
We're not.
No, you're a filthy fucking liar. And Revelation 21. That you are going to the lake of fire because you are literally lying about what just happened. I'm not calling you an idiot because you're asking the question. I'm calling you an idiot because you refuse to listen and acknowledge the answer.
Oh, I did acknowledge the answer when I spoke to the flat earthers. And then I had a further question.
No. About with you, Max. Keep up with the conversation, you stupid retard.
There you go,
You're
Max.
talking with me. I don't care about what you talk with flat earthers. What I'm telling you now is when I gave you the answer, you refuse to acknowledge what I'm fucking saying because you're dumb as fuck.
Max, you're just not listening because you just like the sound of your own voice.
I listen
I'm not seeking
more
those.
than you can
I'm seeking the answers from flat earthers, not from you, Max.
But why?
You were talking to me.
Because they're the ones who say it. The same reason you're doing it here now, and you have been for the last few hours.
But we're doing
it. Are you really been through this?
Are you trying to find some hidden truth?
Your excuse is that you're laughing at them. That's your excuse for talking.
It's not an excuse. It's literally what I do.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that my questions to them are just as valid as yours.
We're not questioning
them in the end or not.
I never said otherwise. I never said that your questions are not valid.
We're doing the same thing as you, Matt.
What I'm critiquing here is that you are not keeping up with the conversation. You constantly repeat yourself.
No,
you refuse to acknowledge what I'm fucking telling you.
Actually, it's not correct.
Max,
absolutely
Max,
not correct.
You don't display yourself, Max, as somebody I wish to kind of seek answers from. You're just crazy. You sound like Santero.
The problem that
You
you're
sound like
retarded
Santero.
is not my deal.
I think it's
not my problem. You have
Santero is
issues, Max.
another retard.
I think it's
Yeah, I know.
sophisticated
It's not my
poeing.
problem. You have issues.
I think it
You
might be
have
some,
issues.
I think it might be some sophisticated poeing or playing double agent so we can get in and have the conversations. He's
Or
like
he's just retarded. I
he's
think that's my
Jane
answer.
Goodall. He's studying the
This is
apes
just a
while
lot
living
more
with the
simpler.
apes.
You guys just don't get it.
I have more arguments than you've got. I've had more success than you guys have had. That's for sure.
No, you haven't.
I have an argument that falsifies the flat Earth. You haven't got one.
I
You
have
haven't
an
got an
argument
argument
that
that
falsifies
falsifies
the
it.
flat Earth. I have an
You have
argument. Can you tell me? I already told it to you. Can you repeat what my argument is back to me, you fucking moron?
Yeah, you talked about the sun going in different directions.
Oh, so do I have an argument or don't I?
No, you just have a statement about it.
No, that's an argument, you dishonest trash bag.
But if it can be empirically documented and verified and predicted beforehand and then verified through observation and experiment, how is it just a statement?
And it's not just a statement because I have the evidence for it. So wrong again.
Well, because there's because there are this other group of people, right? There are this other group of people who, in response to that, have come up with the dual pole flat Earth model. So that requires investigation.
Yeah, that dual pole model that requires the sun to Pac-Man from one side of the Earth to the other. Oh yeah, that is a great counter argument.
Because that's what they say.
Because I've literally done reviews of the two
geez.
morons that talk about the dual pole model, and we've debunked it.
How did you find that out?
They say themselves that the sun has to Pac-Man from one side to the other.
You spoke to them, Max, did you? You spoke to them. You spoke to them, did you,
because they're fucking cowards. They wouldn't dare.
So how did you find out what they were saying then?
It's interesting, like with the limit, how it looks like a figure eight, and they say like the sun does like a figure eight, like within the entirety of the year. So it's everything. It's gonna be like circling around the northern hemisphere and then like around.
Yeah, that's because of the tilt, Tayler. Wait,
it's not. It's not okay. Did you manage to get that
citation, Tayler?
Huh?
Did you get that citation?
This was by just a flat earther. They're just saying this. Hold on, let me say one more thing.
No, but you owe a citation here.
Come on, dude. Why are you talking over me, please?
You ran away. You ran away
from the citation. I'm just trying to get it.
Why?
Because it's fun.
Hang on. Tayler, are you trying to explain the counter-rotating circles of the sun? Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh, I heard y'all talking about the dual pole, and I was just mentioning like the limit, how it does the figure eight, and essentially, so that I just wanted to kind of share what my understanding of dual pole is. So it's not like two circles, right? It's like there's a magnetic field, and you have like an northern and southern, positive and negative farther. Any magnetic
has nothing to do with it. Yeah.
So Tayler, listen, Tayler.
One last misconception I had.
Tayler,
what is the heck is the issue? I haven't even been talking.
On the 21st of December, Tayler, on the 21st of December, when somebody is in the south looking at the sun going from right to left, there's somebody in the north who can be facing south watching the sun go from left to right.
Correct.
Can you explain that? If you're just saying,
easier to say east to west.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it's east to west, but it's right to left and left to right, Tayler.
Wait, you need to.
After 182 days, the sun apparently changes direction.
It goes to southern hemisphere.
In the south, you see it all year round,
right to left,
going the other way.
Left to right.
Why are you stealing my argument? Well, it's
I am trying to still finish my first statement.
No, that's just it's my argument too, Max. You just think I'm ignorant for asking.
Why are you
asked it
wrong then?
Yeah, Max, can I please
I just asked Tayler the same thing, but I'm still ignorant.
My name is Max Taylor. You can call me
Max, I'm sorry. Okay, I was just going to say one misconception I had was that it was like two circles, but that's not true. It's literally just it's one big one, and essentially the sun goes over different portions. Now the magnetic lines kind of look like that, but not the actual. Let me post a picture.
What does magnetism have to do with the Earth's rotation?
With the Earth's rotation?
That's what we're talking about.
Well, magnetism, the magnetic pole is said to be caused by Earth's rotation due to moving fluids inside the Earth.
No.
They're talking about...
We're way more elementary than that right now.
We're talking about the North Pole. We're talking about the North Pole and the South Pole. The North Pole and the South Pole have nothing to do with the Earth's magnetic field. The Earth could have no magnetic
that
field.
was a side point with the field lines.
It's
Like
irrelevant.
how they look versus
Tayler, what causes the southern pole of rotation?
I could ask you the same thing.
No, but I'm asking
Okay,
you.
go for it. I have an answer.
Yeah, so somehow the Earth just started moving whenever a bunch of rocks hit each other, and it just kept spinning. It kept spinning from there.
Yeah, because there's no air
answer?
to stop it in space.
There is some air resistance. They say we lose helium.
So you're giving a globe explanation for this, for the South Pole.
Okay, well, I would say
did.
that there's some type of the heavens are rotating in the flat Earth model, and there would be the motion behind it. I couldn't exactly tell you where the energy source is. Probably from, well, ultimately from God. I think He set up a system that, like, with the magnetic field and the rotating. I don't know how He did it. All I know is what we observe, which is that stars move over, overhead.
No, they actually don't. So
they don't.
They don't move overhead. Okay.
That's
so what do they do?
They rotate around the celestial pole.
They sure do rotate around us.
Yeah, why do they go underneath the Earth?
What? Underneath?
Oh.
Aren't we always walking upon the face of the Earth?
How about out of our field of vision due to the curvature of the Earth?
If the Earth is flat, they go underneath it, right? Because
that's seen through the Earth.
No, but we know the stars go there. We watch them.
Tayler, you know
just like
those
the sun does and the moon does.
You know those app for your those apps for your cell phone that tell you the position of the stars, right?
Yeah,
you know those.
Shane made one too.
Shane's is crap, but
anybody can make an AI model.
That being, everyone has torn that down already. It's trash. What I'm trying to tell you is that when I look at the app, I look at the sky above me, and it shows me the stars where they are. I can see the Southern Cross. I can see Orion. It shows me the app works. Now, when I try to search for Polaris in the app, you know that I have to point my cell phone at the floor?
Yeah.
Polaris is below my feet, like in that way, like to the.
What do you mean?
Down, yeah.
He means it's on the other side of the globe and it's out of his field.
Tayler, you know that I'm from the south, right?
For the stars, like Starfinder.
He lives in the southern hemisphere, Tayler.
Well, how about this? Where's
I can't understand what I just asked him a question. Now there's like two other people talking.
Hold on, Tayler. Where are you in the world right now?
What does he mean polarity?
Is it dark outside right now?
No. Oh my! Are you half asleep? What the fuck is happening here? Polaris. Oh my fucking god! Hold on. Let me turn on my camera.
Polaris? You mean Polaris?
Polaris. Yes.
Where's the sun right now for you? Is it dark outside?
Is this a non sequitur or a red herring?
No.
Where's the sun? It's no different than the stars.
Don't do
the price of rice in China, bro.
Okay, but if you can't see the sun and it's missing right now, just like the stars, they rotate away.
Are you drunk?
Know what we're talking? I am trying to follow. No, I'm not drunk. I don't even remember the last time I drank.
Okay,
I'm gonna drink right now.
I'm trying to follow.
You sound a little bit drunk.
I'm sorry. I saw.
Well, you came in and changed the conversation. There was a different conversation.
No, like,
you kind of changed
every
it.
time I say something, somebody brings up a new point.
Well, no, you brought the new point up.
No, they were talking about new point. I came in here and made a comment on it, and now I don't know where we're at. I did ask a question, it didn't get answered though.
We're stuck in the Star Tracker app on my phone that works perfectly in the sky. Tells me that Polaris is to my feet. I need to point my phone to find Polaris at the floor.
Says it's to my north.
I don't care about Shane's model. It's been debunked.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Yes, it is. Somebody just make the model. Like you'd have to.
It's debunked, Tayler.
With what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Because it's wrong. It's an incorrect model. It gets shitload of stuff wrong.
Debunked it in particular?
Yes, of course I can say.
But give me an example.
Well, today, for example, MC2 and FTFE discovered that the eclipse predictions, they are hard-coded. So whenever there's an eclipse in any part of the world at any time, all of the observers in the model see the same eclipse because it's hard-coded. They're fooling you.
What? What does that have to do with
that the model is wrong. The model doesn't actually calculate the positions of the things. They're just they just put the eclipse so that everyone on the Earth can see it. But when they were checking on the eclipse in April 8th, 2024, right? I was in Uruguay here, and FTFE put the observer in Uruguay, and in the model, the observer in Uruguay could see the eclipse. And for me, it was a normal day. The sun did not eclipse.
And on Solar Eyes that NASA made, I was looking at the face of I was looking on the
So
Earth.
what aboutism?
Looking at,
You're not going to
hold on, I
contend
was in
with
the
my
middle of a
answer.
sentence.
Yeah, but what aboutism? You're
okay, there was a
changing
glitch.
the topic.
Okay, there's glitches on Solar Eyes. It doesn't do what it's supposed to. It doesn't project how we actually see it.
Well,
I can
what is
explain, but you're
solarized?
gonna
I
cut
don't
me
even know what
off.
that is.
What?
Yeah, it's a NASA model of like the galaxy. You can see from different perspectives what's going on. You know what I mean? That's their like AI like
You believe in
model.
galaxies now? You believe in galaxies?
See how the non sequiturs, like how am I supposed to stay on top? Anyway, so yeah,
I mean,
you're
you
saying
were
that
the
there was
one
an
that.
error.
What about my
It's
explanation of how
saying
the
that
model is wrong,
a
Taylor?
star tracker, like you have to point that's not evidence. You have to prove what is
It is evidence because when I look up in the sky, I told you that I can clearly identify the constellations that I see with the naked eye, like the Southern Cross, Orion, etc., etc. I can see those. So the app clearly works. And when I point it at Polaris, I have to point it at the floor. And the fun fact is, Icy Spin in Florida uses the same app. He looks up at the sky and sees Polaris there above his head.
Thing.
And then at the same time, while my app points at Polaris at the floor, his app points at the Southern Cross at the floor
do
too.
anything.
No, you can't.
What?
You can make us freaking whatever you want on the app. It's just a
because
model.
it matches. You're completely forgetting that it matches reality. We're comparing
You
it
have to
with the stuff that we
understand.
see.
Okay, you can
I love your
program it to
coping.
do anything.
I love how you're coping right
you
now.
Can't.
This isn't actually. I'm not coping. It's not real evidence. You need to provide papers,
You are
studies,
coping.
evidence,
documents,
which I just
like the one that
posted
I
one
sent
from
you
the
like 10 times today about
MX.
LIGO. The
Stop
one that you
cutting me
said that
off.
the one that you
Is there
said that didn't
mods in
exist.
here?
You never
Come
stop
on.
talking, Taylor.
You never stop talking and you
Because I
never
keep
stop what
getting
about it.
talked to. Okay, I never get to finish either. I posted the documents. I posted one of them, and I'm working on compiling all the binders from the Lake Pontchartrain bridge plans. Okay.
Okay, but that
Any
has
day
nothing to
now.
do with
I
what
was
we were
asked to do
talking
that
about.
earlier, so I'm just letting you know I did.
So you're moving on to something else. What
No,
we're
I'm
talking
just
about.
following up from earlier. You can continue.
Okay. What we were talking about with ElderBear was that he was saying that because it's been alleged or proven actually that the North Pole and the South Pole are perpendicular to the equator, and he was trying to say that since the Earth has a tilt, that it is no longer perpendicular, horizontal, as he put it. He said it's no longer horizontal, and we said, well, horizontal to what? Because it's in the ecliptic plane. When you rotate the poles and tilt them, the poles and the equator still line up, is what we were trying to describe to him. That's the conversation we were having when you came in. And you started talking about liquid things in the sky, and I don't know where you were going with that, but
no,
that was the discussion we were having. Was
do you want me to read you a paper, Taylor?
Of course, if it's like
The
scientific.
alignment, and of course, it's already
Can you
linked
cite
in
your
the chat.
source? What is your source?
Yeah,
I did make a
it's linked in the
reference to
it's
dual
linked in the
pole
chat.
though,
This is precision
and
alignment of the
that's what
LIGO
Taylor picked up
4-kilometer
on.
arms using dual frequency differential global positioning system. The alignment of the laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory LIGO using the global positioning system. The LIGO project is designed to detect gravitational waves, blah blah blah. At each site laser, beams propagate in two orthogonal 4-kilometer long evacuated beam lines, 1.2 meters in diameter. The subject of the article is the alignment of the 16 kilometers of tubes that are inside, right? Now.
At which LIGO? Because the arms
one in
at
the
each
US.
have different elevations profiles.
The one in the US. Yes, because LIGO is straight but not level.
Beam tube?
Yes, because the each arm is 4 kilometers, but inside there's a tube that goes back and forth 4 times.
Can you have the surveying data showing that or something?
Yeah,
How did you get to LIGO from a dual pole?
Look at their build
question?
plans or something.
The
Like, post
paper
their
is
plans.
linked in the chat.
Is it a news article?
You know? No. Paper. You asked me for a paper.
I don't see
What did
it.
I give?
What
Gave you a
chat?
paper.
Go block
In
the
the chat
message.
here, in the chat of this room of the Colosseum.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I tried to
let's see.
message it to you, but I couldn't. It says that I can't message you. And it has like everything.
Where does it say? What part's the curvature? I'm just trying to get there quick.
That's what I told you, that the LIGO
I'm on
arms
the
are
intro.
straight. The LIGO arms are straight but not level.
Which
So
part
when
says that?
you have to read the paper.
I'm reading it right now. I'm just curious.
I'm paraphrasing.
What?
I'm paraphrasing when I say that. I'm not quoting.
Where is that in this paper? I'm looking now. Oh, I see. The LIGO poses several unique. Okay.
So yeah, this is the thing that you requested earlier.
Okay, I posted the build plans for Lake Pontchartrain. Can you show me where that's in the ASBUILT that they did this? Because this was written by
Do me a
William
favor, can you
Malthouse.
repost it? Because I
Oh, this is California, and he's talking about Louisiana.
What?
Well, that's what Lake Pontchartrain is.
I'm just curious. This is like Massachusetts.
What's the difference?
Like, okay, so they're referencing the one in Louisiana.
It doesn't make any difference.
I'm just wondering, like, the actual, like, which, just
It
post
doesn't make
if
any
you say
difference.
that a structure's like bent or whatever, then you need to post
It's
like
not
the
bent.
build.
He
Not
literally
bent,
said
straight. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, bent is straight. Okay, so if
No,
it's
no one said
curving
bent.
with
I
the
said
earth,
straight.
it's curving with the earth. Show that. in the
LIGO
no,
is
build
not.
it's
plans.
not curved. It's
People
not
can write a
curving with the
paper
earth,
and
Taylor.
Wait, what are you
Not.
talking
nice
about? Are you talking
typist.
about the Pontchartrain thing or the LIGO?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
talking
You're
about?
talking- I'm
LIGO or
responding to your
Pontchartrain?
LIGO paper.
Okay, LIGO is straight but not level.
Okay.
So it's not curved either. It's straight.
Okay. You say it's curved with the earth though, or not curved with
No,
the
I
earth.
didn't say that. I said it's
I see what you're
straight
saying.
but not level, not
Okay.
curved,
Yeah,
not
I
curved
see.
with the earth.
That's interesting. I looked at the
That makes
arm
sense.
links
That-
and elevation profile for each location, and they have like I think the one in Washington. I've seen one arm data from Louisiana, and that's the one everybody references. But there one in Washington, they have different elevation profiles of what do you call it? The platform that the beam is on.
But they're
The
both.
beam holder.
But
Yeah, I
they
think
both
it's
have the
because of
property.
topography.
They both have the property of being straight but not level.
Right.
Can you show that on the bridge plans that they had to do like the 8
Just,
inches or whatever?
but it's so much. It's so simple to just think about it. Just think about it like this: like you have a picture frame, right? The top of the picture frame, the bottom and the sides—they're all straight, right? But if you hang the
Yeah.
picture on the wall crooked, it's straight but not level. This is like I don't know what we need a peer-reviewed paper for to explain that. Straight
Okay,
but
so
not
essentially
level
they had
means
to build the platform to compensate for curvature to make it straight from that level.
yes,
But you
yes,
need to
they had to build. Yes,
show that
that's
on the
why they did
as-built
that. So they
plan, the
made it
build
straight,
plans.
but it's not level. They made it either aims up slightly or it aims down slightly
Yeah,
because
the
of the
build plans would
curvature
have
of the
that
earth.
info.
Which is why they
That
have the
makes
structure at the end of it because it starts to curve up, or well, not curve up because the straight line, the earth curving down away from it. They needed to build up the one end so it remains straight, but it's not
Okay,
level.
but you need to have the topography of the land
But
And
as
that doesn't
well,
matter.
no,
because
it
this
doesn't
is
because
why
they
in
don't need
Washington,
the
both of them were
topography.
different. I have a
They don't
picture.
need the
One second.
they don't need the topography of the land. They're building them. They're building them
Mm-hmm.
underground. They don't need the topography to worry about. They're building
So
them
Mm-hmm.
straight.
I quote from the paper that I sent you. The curvature of the Earth will cause the Earth's surface to deviate from the straight line propagated by light in a vacuum by 1.25 meters over a 4-kilometer path if
Right.
the line starts out level with the surface. The alignment was therefore not the same as for a level highway or pipeline. A second special consideration dictated by the nature of construction project was that GPS alignment needed to be carried out concurrently with the construction, with no significant opportunity for a check to be made by standard optical techniques until the construction was completed.
Right.
So LIGO is
Can you?
straight, but
Okay,
not level.
what section did you just read that one from? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to
So
follow.
So that refutes your flat Earth, then, doesn't it?
Excuse me. I'm trying to see what section I'm trying to follow along.
1 second.
Yeah, but that refutes the flat Earth, though, doesn't it, Taylor?
If it was true,
So
but when I've
this
seen the
is
build plans, it doesn't represent that.
You're admitting.
well, you asked me for a
This is
scientific
a
paper. I
paper.
gave you a scientific paper. So
Okay, can
it's
you
on
tell me
page
which
3.
section, please?
It's on page 3 at the beginning in the first paragraph.
Okay.
After you will see a little 11, the next sentence starts what I read.
Because if it was straight and level, it would have had to have a bow in it because level would be different at each point along the 4 kilometers. You can't have
None of these sentences have a source behind them.
Oh my God. See,
They have
that's never
sources
good
for
enough.
a lot of other sentences. These don't even have a
Here's
source of
exactly what you
reference.
asked for, but it's not good enough. It's never
The
good
sources
enough.
for this
This is
are at the
funny.
top. Precision alignment of LIGO. You have the authors, LIGO Laboratory at the California
Yeah, they
Institute.
reference like
And I downloaded it
the
directly from the
inceptional
LIGO
idea.
website. This is your hard coping right now.
No,
No,
it's
I'm
not
just
coping.
saying, like, if I was to try to find
It's
out where
worse.
this is from,
It's
like, I guess
disingenuous.
it's the
It's
ASBUILT, which I have the ASBUIlt.
dcc.ligo.org. It's from
It's
the
just funny.
LIGO
They're just
website.
stating these. They're not okay. They're
I
just
gave you the
making
URL.
these
I gave you the
premises.
direct link to the URL of the website that is
Yeah, this isn't that build
dcc.ligo.org.
plans. This is
No,
a.
so no, you asked me for a scientific paper. I gave you a scientific paper. Do you want me to get the build plans? I
Well, no,
will.
then when
This
you
is
get
a
the build
government
plans,
project. I can probably
I
get
actually
them.
do have them.
you're
Can you
going to
just
want
tell me
these schematics.
what
And then when you get the schematics,
section
we're
I
going to
can
want.
find this on?
Continue looking at the pages. Like it has pictures, it has schematics, it has the concrete color, like it has diagrams, it has graphs, it
Does
has
it have the type
Which
everything.
of
one has
concrete they
this? Which
use?
one? This paper?
The
I don't
link
see
that I
that.
gave you, yes.
I only see tables,
Does
like
it
with
have
just
the
numbers.
Does it have
Maybe
the
it's just
maiden
not
name of the
loading.
general contractor's mother?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Because if not, it's obviously not
Tayler,
enough
this has
evidence.
everything you asked for.
Yes, but just give her a minute. She'll think of something else to
Step
ask
the
for.
build data. Okay, let me give you one example for the one in Washington.
Well, wait. How about address the thing that you were just given that you asked for before you jump into something else?
This is the same thing. This is what they're supposed to be referencing.
What?
They're supposed to be referencing the building data to say that they had to compensate. They weren't there when they
Yes.
built it. They're not even in the area.
There's a
They didn't.
citation. It's number
It's a
11.
citation from LIGO itself. Holy cow.
With the
Well,
okay,
the
number 11, the deflection of light in a 4-kilometer path.
Yeah, that's
Now
the
let's get down to
citation,
this
right?
sentence.
That's the reference, right?
Yes, that's a reference.
Wait. That's the reference?
Oh
Number
my!
11.
The reference
Number
is that
11.
sentence?
Number 11.
This is the craziest reference I've ever seen. It's not reference. It's just making a factual statement. This is funny. I'm gonna take a picture.
Reference. Yeah,
I've never seen this in my life.
From the people from the organization that runs the device.
Their reference is a sentence, literally.
Yes.
Not a link. Not like.
Well, I mean, I gave you a 31-page document. I gave you a 31-page
Their references are their own statements. It's what?
No, it's
I actually have never seen this in my life.
No.
I promise you, this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this.
I know, because you suck at research.
Because you don't reference a sentence. You reference a source.
The source is LIGO themselves, dcc.ligo.org.
List of references, number 11, is a sentence. Do you see that?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'll post the pictures. 1 second. Look at number 11 under their references. You said look at, they referenced number 11.
Yeah, it says.
Look at what it actually says under number 11.
I'll read
Tell
it.
me if anybody's ever seen this.
I'll read it. It says the deflection of light in a 4-kilometer path on the Earth's surface.
It's a brute fact.
The gravitational field of the Earth is less than 2 times 10 to the 9th meter. Right? That's a physical. That's a fact. It's a scientific fact.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that in the reference pages of papers.
Why couldn't you?
Because I don't know you reference brute facts as evidence. Usually you find a paper.
Why wouldn't you? Why can't you?
Because usually you're citing sources. Why wouldn't they just say this sentence in the actual,
but why can't you? Why can't you
article?
cite, right? If they
You know
made
they
a
don't write
claim-
these papers for flat earthers, right?
No, this is a funny source. But yeah, the bridge plans are what is the thing in question. The build plans, sorry. Build plans.
The original
No, you're moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not. This is supposed to be referencing that. You have to get a primary.
You asked me
Do
for
you
a
understand?
scientific paper.
Hold on.
You asked
Do you
for a
understand?
scientific paper, you got
You
it.
understand primary sources? So if
Oh
you
my
Yes, this is
God!
a
actually
See, I
primary
told you.
source.
I told you. I told you it wasn't gonna be enough.
No.
Told you. Here
For
comes
the
the
point
next
you're
one.
making, this is not a primary source. This would be a
This is a
Okay.
secondary.
primary source, comes
No,
from
it's not. Not for the purpose of
Comes
dcc.ligo.org.
from
the
LIGO.
building.
This is a
Okay, let me
primary
explain
source.
something to you. Let me know when you're finished.
This is a primary
I gave
source.
You
you
just keep saying that over
Taylor.
and over. Are you done?
Okay.
Taylor.
Well, how is it
Taylor.
not?
No, Mike. No, Mike. I need to respond to
Taylor.
him. No. Let me just say
Go
one
ahead.
thing. Okay,
Go.
so a primary source is like the people who actually do the experiment, the
Like
research,
LIGO?
even like
Like
stop,
the LIGO organization
dude.
at
Even if you're referencing,
tcc.ligo.org.
stop talking over me. Is there mods to take control of this, dude? Just give me 5
We are the
freaking
mods.
seconds.
Brian!
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to
All
do
right.
it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to mute anybody. This is stupid. Just
Oh,
can
if
I
you
have
mute me,
10
I win forever.
seconds? Why do you have to act like this, dude?
Because you're not
Chill.
saying anything. You're
Okay,
just
Taylor.
so
stalling.
I don't have a chance. All right, so even if you actually like cite your own work, say I did a paper in the past and found some cool data. Okay, even if I was to reference that data, I still need to reference that paper. If I want to know the primary source of that evidence that I've originally found, that would be the first paper, right? That I'm originally referencing that originally found data. This is a secondary article that's referencing something
This
else.
is
So
a
the
primary
primary
article.
the no, that would be the bridge build plans themselves. When they were building it, they would write down,
See?
No.
here's how we're
Called it.
Why are you
calculating
talking
this.
about a bridge? We're talking about
Called it.
LIGO.
I'm sorry. I mean to say build plans. Excuse me. I've been looking at these bridge plans. So whenever I say, I just mean build plans for LIGO. We're talking about LIGO.
But you didn't ask me for build plans. You asked me for a scientific
I did
paper, and I
earlier.
got you that.
Yeah.
Taylor.
For but
Listen.
if you have a if
Please.
you want to get a primary source though that that has
This is
the
a primary source.
because no, it's not. They're not.
It
Dude,
is.
this doesn't. They're saying
tcc.ligo.org.
they
It comes
compensated
from
for
the
curvature with
LIGO.
no reference, so I can go see
It
how,
gives a
much,
reference.
where, when, how.
It
Because
tells you how
you
much.
don't
It's
need
just
to
saying that.
reference the curvature of the Earth. It's a known fact.
How did
It's
they
a
do that? Did they
truth
do that in the building platform? Did they dig out the
in
land
the
underneath
arms,
to make it
baby.
like? Did they add up concrete? Like, how did they even compensate? What method did they use?
They
Little by
The
compensated by
build
making it
topography.
method.
straight, not
They
The
have to
level,
build
as you
compensate
told
for
me.
method.
the topography. I don't
If
know.
you read the actual paper, if you read it all, the build
Anyway.
method is described. They had to be very careful with the pouring of the concrete because they needed to keep LIGO straight but not level.
Has anybody seen this reference 11 though in the chat? I'm going back up to your paper,
Yes,
but this is
I'm
just
trying to
funny.
talk to you about. I'm trying to talk to you about it, and you keep
Yeah,
talking.
go ahead.
Yes. So the sentence in the body of the paper says the beam tubes needed to be aligned along the propagation direction of light in a vacuum and not along the direction perpendicular to the local gravity surface of the Earth. And then it says 11. We scroll down to 11, and it gives the justification for the claim made in that sentence.
You justify it in the paper. Like you don't do reference. A reference sheet does not just have sentences. It's
It's
sources of sentences.
No, it doesn't have to be sources. It can give a reason that justifies the claim made in the body of the paper. The claim is that the beam tubes needed to be aligned in a particular way, and then it says, then it gives the superscript 11, and then you go down to 11, and it gives you the reason why they had to do that. It does a
Did they
calculation.
mention curvature in the build plans at all?
Yes.
Where?
So do you
Page
acknowledge
3.
that's
No. The build
right?
plans. I said.
Yeah, she just segued off. Do you
Yes.
acknowledge that that's a perfectly good construction, right? The sentence then has the superscript 11. Scroll down to 11, and it gives you the reason that justifies the claim made in the body of the text, right?
I've never seen this before.
Well, you're not in
I'm
the
looking into
sciences.
it though.
You're not a scientist, are you?
Oh, really?
You're
What do you,
not, are
Brenda?
you?
Objectively, are
Are
you a
you?
scientist?
What do you consider a scientist?
Oh my God. Okay.
No, this is a
Never
serious
mind. I got my
question.
answer.
People
She
have different
have all the
definitions.
copium.
It could so scientist could be someone who's practicing science, who studied science, who teaches
Who publishes? You
science,
publish.
does theoretical work, experimental work. It depends on your definition. Is having a
You publish.
bachelor's or associate's a scientist? You have to be doing active research.
What's your degree?
The definition can vary by person. So what do you think a scientist is?
Somebody who's actively publishing.
Okay, so you have to be actively publishing to be a scientist. If you're writing a paper that's going to be published, is that science? No, you're not a scientist yet.
Are
This
you writing?
minutia that you keep dragging us down into this completely irrelevant to the topic of the conversation is just
Well, I was asked. I
tiresome.
didn't bring this up. It's a
Okay.
clarifying
Literally
question.
did.
You requested evidence,
100%
you
did,
got
but
it,
sure.
and
I
now
did not
you're
bring up
coping.
a scientist and are you a scientist or whatever. I said I've never seen a sentence in the reference sheet of a paper.
But you're not. Are you a published? Are you a published scientist?
When you say published, does it need to be published in a credible journal? Can it be a presentation that you've done? You can publish things
No,
in your
no.
university,
No,
like
published
research
in a journal.
symposium. What do you
In a
mean
journal.
published?
In a scientific journal.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
No, so you're not published.
Not yet. I mean,
That's
What's
fine, and
your
that's
field?
awesome. But also, Tayler,
field?
isn't
I'm
your
working
field
on it. I mean,
biology?
yeah.
Isn't your field biology?
So
That's fine. I mean, that's
don't-
awesome for you. But even if you were a published science in biology, that wouldn't necessarily make you qualified.
are you qualified to talk about this?
No, I'm just a dude.
Oh, okay. Well, then what are we doing here?
You know what I'm doing? You asked me to give you a citation, and I gave it to you. And now you're coping, and that's what I do.
Yeah,
That's
so
basically what I
you
always
want
do.
to usually give the original data, like the actual.
This is the original data.
You know, you don't like somebody claiming that someone else did something like, oh, that these other
It's not
people
a
compensated for
claim.
curvature.
It's not a claim.
It's
Stop.
a paper. It's a peer-reviewed
Listen
paper.
to my whole sentence first.
What?
These people had to compensate for curvature. You want to go and give the link to these people compensating it for it and how they did it. Do you understand?
This is that.
Saying something happened is not demonstrating
Copium.
how it happened or is the actual paper, the original source data on it happening. You understand?
Yes, this is the source data of that happening.
No, it's
yes.
not. It would be the
Yes,
build
it is.
plans. If they say the build plans had to compensate for curvature, you need to post the build plans. How hard is this? Okay,
No,
so in a
but
peer
now
reviewed
you're moving the
journal,
goalpost, and we're back to you moving the
absolutely not.
goalpost.
I can't go
Yes.
reference whatsoever. How do I know that them adding like concrete or whatever to make it straight but not level or whatever you say is not just because of topography. You have to look at survey data. You have to look, there's more that goes into it. And hold on, that reminds me. I'm going to post the Washington one, but really quick, APA citations, which is normally what's in peer-reviewed scientific papers. You need the author's name, publication year, article, title, journal.
All of that
I
is at the top.
can Google that too. I don't need you to do it for
No,
me.
I'm just telling you, like APA.
I know what you're
don't
doing.
All of that is at the top. LIGO laboratory at the California Institute of Technology, Pasadena, California. Stanford Linear Accelerator Center, Menlo Park, California. CB&I Services, Plainfield, Illinois. Jacobs Engineering, Livermore, California. LIGO laboratory at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Cambridge. And the authors, W.E. Althouse, S.D. Hand, L.K. Jones, A. Lazzarini, and R. Weiss. And this, again, for like the fifth time, this is taken from dcc.ligo.org.
That's great. You have to post primary sources, though.
This is a primary source.
No, it's not. It's referencing other things. You have to post the other things they're referencing, sir. They don't even have a source after the sentence.
I don't need to do that. If you doubt what the paper says,
I promise.
Don't promise
because the build plans they actually mention curvature or whatever you're stating.
Right. So I have a question, Tayler. When you're this dishonest,
what I lie about?
How do you even
just a minute? When you're this dishonest,
you need to say what I was lying about.
I
didn't say lying.
Just a minute.
Dishonest
about
whatever.
Let Brenda finish. Come on.
When you're this dishonest, I question your competence in your.
See, he wasn't gonna say what I was about.
I question what you're this dishonest.
What was I dishonest about?
What?
When you're this dishonest, I
about
question
what?
your competence in biology.
Great, that's great. You feel that way. I can insult you too, Brenda, but why would I do that? Why are we divulging to insults instead of data?
It's
You're not even stating what I'm dishonest about, by the way.
I'm questioning your
That's
professional
great. I don't
integrity.
care.
I'm
This
questioning
is
your
irrelevant.
professional
Whether
integrity.
you question
It is
me or
relevant.
not in my whatever does not matter to the conversation.
Your inability
Maybe
to
you're
be honest.
unable. I can say the same thing to you, Brenda.
That's fine. Your inability puts into question your
Inability of
professional competence.
what? What?
Inability
Inability of
to
what? Dishonesty of what?
empirical,
What was I
professional,
dishonest
peer-reviewed
about?
documents, and only on all you ever do when you're
No, you're
given
gonna let
evidence.
Brenda say this stuff and then add on to it? Come on, bro. Have some
And then
integrity.
you
are being
We're not
extremely
doing
dishonest
insults.
here.
Insulting. Y'all are taking the lower road.
You're being
I thought
100%
Glover's took the
dishonest.
higher route.
We
Why
can
are we
read
doing
through
ad
the
hom
lines.
scenarios?
I don't think
It's not
anybody
an ad
should
hom.
trust.
Brenda, are you
should
gonna keep
trust.
ad homing, or can you add something
It's not an
substantial?
ad hom.
Nope,
Dude,
not
you're
an ad hom.
insulting.
That's
Taylor,
different than
Stop.
ad hom.
An ad hom is
anybody-
insulting.
An ad hom is not
No,
insulting. Go look up the
Okay.
definition. That's not what an ad hom is. You've got the
Taylor.
Witsit definition of ad hom.
I
Okay,
don't
what's the
think
definition,
anybody
Mike?
should
Mike, what's the
trust your
definition?
professional
Mike, what's the definition?
professional output.
See,
Your
what the
professional
heck?
papers
People
should
say
be
stuff and I can't even respond to
People-
them.
People should bring this
You should have it
conversation
pulled up
up
by now, Mike.
in your
What?
review.
What's the definition of ad homs? I got it wrong.
Before your
Hold on, let Brenda
before
finish and
No,
I'll
you
tell
just
you.
said that you just said I have the
They
wrong
should bring up
definition. Why
this,
can't you tell
and
me?
they should say she lacks the
Mike, tell me the
professional integrity
definition.
to
Okay,
be
I don't care
will.
about
One
Brenda.
second.
He's just
Let Brenda finish
insulting.
talking.
What's ad
Right.
homs then?
Ad hominem attack is attacking a person's character in their ability to make the argument. It's not about insulting someone is just insulting someone.
Is he not doing
Imputing
that to me?
someone's
Is he not
character, saying
attacking my character?
no one has said, well, oh, you went to the community college instead of Harvard, so you go. That's also an appeal to authority. But it's that you're a woman, so you can't possibly understand these things. That's an ad hominem attack.
He's just telling me he's poisoning the well. Then whatever.
No, I'm giving
This is
you
not adding
reasons.
anything to the
I'm
conversation.
giving
Dude.
you relevant reasons. Your dishonesty
About
should
what? You've
in
never
this
said what I'm
context-
dishonest
Let
about.
Brenda
In
finish
this-
the sentence. Holy fuck.
He's just
the
insulting
very
me.
fact that you can't even permit me to speak
Go ahead.
shows your lack of professional integrity.
And what are you? You think you're being professional?
Your advisors should be made aware of how dishonest you are.
What did I lie about? What was I
They should
dishonest
be made
about?
maybe
Not
this
about lying.
conversation should be sent to your advisors at your university and said, she is too dishonest.
What was I
She is not-
dishonest about?
Because you are purposefully manipulating and looking for trapdoors and moving the goalposts consistently,
No,
such that
primary
the
evidence,
argument cannot be
primary
made.
data is what you want.
You should be removed from the program.
In
What are
years
you
of
talking
listening
about,
to you
Brenda?
on this program, you have
Are you trying to
never
dox me or something?
you've never taken anything someone says. A learned, educated, person in these fields, you take what
Brenda's
they
saying I should
say
be doxed. Is there
and you
any
tell
mods
it.
in here?
You tell them. You find the nitpick reason that you think is wrong with it.
This is serious. I want to look at how they compensated for curvature.
No, but you really don't. That's where the dishonesty comes in. You really don't want to do
look at a statement in science. You want to look at the
You
actual
really don't want to do that. That's
data. I actually do. I have
your cop
the
out.
ASBUILT.
That's
Tell
why
me
it's
which
dishonest,
page.
because you don't want to do that.
It literally told you
What?
in footnote 11, it told you how they compensated. It gave
Okay,
you
where can I reference that data? Them compensating. Cliff note 11. What?
This paper is what gives you that. This is a
It
primary
says-
source.
Dude, this is not the people who built it, who would be compensating for it, would be the primary
It says
source.
the deflection of light in a 4 kilometer.
When you whittled your argument down so badly that you're saying basically that you want the construction, you want the guy that poured the concrete to write a paper.
No.
And then that's what you'll accept, but you won't accept actual LIGO's report, peer-reviewed paper, published as good enough evidence because you want the first-person account of the guy that poured the concrete and why he poured it.
Peer reviewed this paper.
The authors are on the
That's
top.
not the peer reviewers.
I don't know who peer reviewed this, but The authors are on the top, and then all the institutions. And among the institutions, you have CB&I Services and Jacobs Engineering, which I think are the two builders, right? And we can go and see the in the appendix or below. 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. Why does it have numbers? 3 and 4. Okay.
Okay,
It's hilarious because all of that is there. If you what?
Like if you would want to, if I say like the Lake Pontchartrain, the builders they didn't compensate for curvature, you'd want to see that's what I was asked for earlier to go get them.
And
The
this is
build
the equivalent
I
to
was
that.
asked
So
for
this is
that.
the build document for that place.
Are you serious right now?
It's not the architectural design. It's not like the blueprint, but it doesn't get any more primary source than the institution themselves.
They're not the okay. What I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get the blueprints for this place. I don't know if I
I
can
can
do that.
send you
But
them. They're
for
kind of
LIGO?
they're very different than other build plans, but yeah, there's different sections and different. Yeah, I can send you. There's a link to them.
Okay, if you can send me that, then
But
fine.
in that, it doesn't. I was not able to find the curvature or whatever part, and there was critical pieces that were missing to conclude that the only thing that I've ever seen was like one arm from the one in Livingston, and they say based on the concrete that's compensated for curvature, but it doesn't mention the original topography at all.
List of figures. Figure 4. Measure precision of differential GPS measurements taken during the alignment process. Horizontal, vertical, and dude, it's
Yeah,
all
they're
it's all
horizontal.
here. It's all
Wouldn't that be on
here.
either model? They'd be horizontal on either model. So the question is, did they have to compensate for curvature? That would be on the build plan. So, see what I mean?
Yes, they compensated to the point that they ignored the curvature and built the thing straight. So it's
How?
1.25 meters difference.
Meaning they didn't radius it with the shape of the Earth. They made it straight
Right.
but not level.
I mean, I can draw it on paint for you.
No, I get it.
Picture a broomstick sitting on a ball. That's what they did.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
It's straight but
And
not level
at the
with the surface.
end, it's 1.25 meters off the ground.
Right.
Okay.
And that 1.25 meters is the compensation from where it started flush and plumb. It started flush and plumb at one end.
And what was the Livingston can be hilly from my understanding.
It's
Like
not.
there's topography
It's
differences.
underground. It can be up in
This
the
is
air. It
why you
doesn't
need
matter.
surveying data
Of
to
course, it was surveyed,
understand.
but that doesn't matter.
That's
If they're
one
building it
thing
underground, if they
amongst
put it up in
different
the air, it doesn't
things.
matter.
Huh?
It's straight.
It's
It has
okay. Is
nothing to
this
do with
on?
topography.
I mean, is this at the salt flats where there's no hills? I mean, I don't get it.
Even at the salt flats, they'd still have to do the same thing.
Okay, then that would be a better proof than in a region
They're
that
not trying
has
to.
Do you want a
hills
paper
and
on the salt flats?
topography.
I have that too.
Look, I have a
But they're not
you
trying to
can definitely
prove
share it.
that the Earth
Give
isn't a
me a
globe because
second.
everybody knows the Earth is a
I'm
globe.
gonna show you how the base or what's it called? The holding frame, basically what's holding the tube. Those arm elevation profiles in Washington, which are much more clear than the ones in Livingston, which people reference, they have different elevation profiles for each arm. Like, and so I think it's about topography, but I don't know. I mean, you'd have to
No,
have surveying data.
the paper literally mentions the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, where's this? What did it cite when it said that? Where can I reference for the thing?
The curvature of the Earth will cause the Earth's surface to deviate from the straight line propagated by light in a vacuum by 1.25 meters over a 4-kilometer path if the line starts out level with the surface in the housing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this has no reference because the curvature of the Earth is a given fact. These people
Didn't they
don't
cite the build plans
cater
or
to flat
something?
earthers.
Usually in papers, you have to like cite statements, you know?
You can check the citations, you can check the reference,
But
you can check
that
the
wasn't
figures.
cited.
It all matches. The Earth model WGS84 is described by an oblate ellipsoid with its semi-minor axis B equal 6356752.314 meters long. This is on page 14 at the bottom, Appendix A. The
Okay,
Earth
give
fixed
me one
Cartesian
second.
system is used for geodetic work. In this system, pierces the Earth's surface at tau, pierces the Earth's surface at blah, blah, blah. The relationship between coordinate points, everything is there. You just have to, read the paper.
GPA, you said Appendix 2?
Appendix 1, page 14. Appendix A, sorry.
Tayler, do you consider yourself a scientist?
I see figure 10, 9, 8. I don't like labeling myself as things.
You don't like labeling yourself.
4, 3, 2. Okay, appendix. I see figures.
Appendix A, page 14 of 31.
Oh, 14. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. They say the Cartesian system is used for geodetic work. Let's see. Do they have like some GPS data or something? Where's that?
That is not referenced because it's all taken for granted.
Okay.
But it mentions WSG 84. We know that's a globe, right?
Okay. They're referencing something. They're saying globe, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't expect anything different. You got to show how they compensated for. You got to prove that they actually did that.
This document shows that.
This document says that.
What do you mean it says that? It's a report.
It has like the equations.
It has equations for the Cartesian system. It doesn't have like how they compensated for this. Like what? Yeah, these equations are like how to.
What do you mean when you say compensated?
Okay, let's go back to Appendix A. They're giving equation for the Cartesian system. Let's see. The relationship between coordinates of a point and is depicted in geograph. Okay, so the functional relation. Here's like the equations of how like the WGS is like transformed into like what?
It's not a transform.
Semi-major axis. Oh, an oblate sphere. Oblate ellipsoid.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's like they're just stating like this. Okay.
Yeah, because they don't need
sources. If you say they compensated for curvature, you got to show.
What do you mean when you say compensated?
Saying things is talk.
What do you mean when you say compensated?
Well, that's what you claimed, right? It's not.
What do you mean when you say compensated?
Nothing until we see it and how they did it.
So when you say compensated, you mean nothing.
The question if you can't define the question.
Yeah, they're making it straight, not level.
Yeah.
And why are they making it? Why are they making it straight and not level?
Well, I would assume on either model it'd need to be straight to detect these waves.
Correct.
Right.
But the question
if it needs to be straight,
they compensated for the curvature of the Earth.
Right, but they.
What do you mean when you say compensated?
Yeah, what do you mean when you say compensate?
Meaning that they had to like build it up to be straight because.
Which is exactly what they did. So when you're asking what did they do to compensate, that is what they did.
Yeah, did they make the holding platform higher? Did they make the
at the end of the platform?
You gotta show this on the build plans. That would be where you'd reference. These people did not build it.
Why are you searching for every reason for this not to be true?
Like, do you understand primary sources for claims?
This is a primary source.
You understand?
They did not build it. If they say you had to compensate for curvature, then you need to reference the people who compensated for curvature. You understand?
Yes, and that's what this paper does.
It's right there.
Do you want me to send you the plans and you can show me? They're supposed to be referencing this.
I mean, I reject they're supposed to be doing this because these people built the thing and the thing works. So they did what they were supposed to do.
And you think that's
they did what they were supposed to do.
What?
Because this thing was
didn't
built.
do anything but write a paper.
These are the people. This is the LIGO organization that built it and run it. LIGO Laboratory at the California Institute of Technology, Pasadena. Stanford Linear Accelerator Center, Menlo Park. CB&I Services. Jacobs Engineering. LIGO Laboratory at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So these are the people that built it and run it, Tayler.
And it works.
And it works, yes, because it has detected gravitational waves.
They say a sentence, they don't even cite it. They didn't do it. They didn't build it.
They did build it. They cited it.
These people who wrote this paper did not build it or cite this claim.
Yeah, because these people are the scientists. They're not.
They did not build it or cite it.
They're not the Masons. The Masons are probably the people that from Jacobs Engineering and CBI Services.
They're all referenced in the paper.
They're all there.
Where when it says they compensated for curvature, what
CBI
is the
services
reference?
delivers integrated
Okay,
storage and
how about
asset
this? How
management
about this?
solutions.
There's no
How about
reference
this?
This
after
is
these
the
sentences.
text.
It's kind of weird.
They built
It's
There's
it.
no
not
other
weird.
reference to
They
bridge.
built
I'm
it
sorry, the
straight,
build
but it
plans or
can't be
something.
level.
They,
It's not level, but they built it straight. Why would it not
great.
be level if it is straight? Why would it not be level if not for the curvature? And don't say topography because you know that's a ridiculous cop out.
How
Yeah,
would you
because I mean,
how would you like rule that out?
they because
This is
in
my
a
question.
build,
Like these,
in
if
a
the people
build,
make a claim
yeah.
and they don't even cite it, they
When
should at
they
least be the people
started,
who did it or
Taylor,
built
your
it.
problem is
This
thinking
is
that
no
they.
evidence.
It is
Sorry.
evidence. Your problem is that you think that they need to cater to you. They don't. Because these people built a multi-million-dollar
We have the build plans.
engineering.
Why can't you show me how they
Excuse
did it
me.
there?
because
Because you
they're
haven't
not
given me the
interested.
link. You
They
haven't
don't
given me
care at
that
all.
Okay,
link.
let me go grab
And
it. I
now,
was
what
just
I'm
looking
trying to
for it.
tell you is that these people don't care about what flat earthers say. These
Yeah,
people
they
built
don't
a
think flat
Obviously.
earthers
multi-million-dollar
actually
They don't
know
care about
project,
exist.
citing their
and they
claims either.
they do cite their claims, yes.
These sentences aren't cited. That's pretty
But
weird.
what do you think, that you need to cite everything? No, when there are things that you don't cite.
If you
For
didn't do
example,
it,
Taylor, hold
if it's
on.
not
Let
your
me
original
put
data,
an
yes.
example. Let me put an example that might tug at your expertise. When
They're
you're
referencing other people's
preparing,
work, though.
stop. When you're preparing a slide, do you need to give a reference for the tincture method that you use when you're preparing a biological slide? You
Yes.
don't.
Yes, you
No,
do.
you don't.
You have to reference your methods. Yeah, where did you get this method? Yes, you do.
No, you don't,
Yes,
because
you
tincture
do.
methods are already cemented into
Where
the
you got
science.
your they want to know where you got this method to verify the method. Is a good
You're
method
straight
and
up
to look
lying
at
to
how
me.
to repeat it. You have to
You're
reference
straight
why
up
are you
lying to
doing it
me.
this way? I guarantee you.
No, you're straight up lying to me,
What are
because you
you
don't
talking
need.
about? I am
I'm
not
talking about
lying.
tincture. Whenever you
If
prepare a biological slide, you don't need to cite the paper that discovered the tincture that
tincture,
works
what's a
before
tincture?
the ink, like the. Are you a biologist or not? When you prepare a slide, do you have to use some
Micropipette?
tinctures or dyes? I don't know.
No, no,
We
I just
use.
look at cells that don't have dye, but
But
essentially you just
let's
take the
say
cells, you take a
you
micropipette.
have to prepare a slide that you have to dye it.
If
When
you're
you're
doing a
writing the
method
paper,
that is
you need to
that is
stop, because you complain a lot about interrupting, but you're flailing right now.
okay, go ahead with your tincture slides, whatever that
When you
is.
need to tincture a slide, do you need to cite? You just need to say what tincture you used, and it's understood
You
that
need to
the rest, right?
you need to use what you need to say what you put on the slide.
Yes, but you don't need to reference the paper that discovered that tincture works with that particular sample. So there are
Or
things
the
that you don't have
Like
to cite every single
you
detail,
kind of
because there
do
are
need
things
to
that are
cite.
understood.
All right. Well, nobody's done this but these people apparently, and they can't even cite where we can go look at
There
how.
are interferometers all over the
This is
world.
not even a commonly known method. That nobody's done it except for
There
LIGO,
are
the independent
interferometers all
company.
over the world. There's more than one just in the US. What are you talking about?
Is there any
you're looking.
non-private companies that I don't know what to say because these people are just saying a statement, not citing it.
They
What
cited
statement are they
it.
saying
This
and
is
not
not a
citing?
primary source. I'm sorry.
It
Like
is a primary
for
source.
the sake
You
of
are
this
just
sentence, it's
You're
you are
not.
flat
just
out lying. Revelation
yeah, you're just
21:8.
coping and
Why can't you
obfuscating from
show
the
me
fact that
how they compensate? They're not explaining even how they compensated for curve. They gave no
Because they
methodology.
don't care to
they
flat
don't.
earthers. I already
They don't
told you.
Yeah,
care.
exactly.
Okay, then it's not a
They're
primary
not writing
source.
the paper so that flat earthers can use it as a proof. That's not
Yeah,
what
but
their
this is kind
goal
of
is.
uncommon practice even in science.
No,
And
it's not because everybody knows the
No.
yes, it
flat
is.
earth
To have a
curve and they
reference
know
as a
that there's
sentence
going to
is
be a dip
extremely uncommon. I've never seen that in my life.
because they know
It's
there's
not
going to be a
APA
Taylor.
dip.
site. They're not using APA or like what are they using?
Taylor, Revelation 21, but as for the 21:8, but as for the cowardly, the faithless, the polluted, the murderers, the sexually immoral, the sorcerers, the idolaters, and all
What did I
liars
lie
at
about?
you, their place will be in the lake that burns with fire and
Okay,
sulfur,
tell
which
me
is
what
the
I lied
second death.
about,
You get
and I will
super
recant
hell.
it. I will recant any lie I made.
Is this a
I'm
primary
serious.
source?
Depending on the what is it a primary source for? If you say this is a primary source for let's see, precision alignment using dual frequency differential global positioning system, yeah,
Yes.
it's a primary source for that. But whenever it says that whenever they built it, they compensated for curvature, that's not a primary. This is not a primary source for that.
I mean, the paper comes directly from LIGO, so that basically means that it's a primary source for everything that the paper says.
These people aren't even the people who built it. These people are not referencing the build
for
plans.
fuck's sake. They're not going to cite
they
the
just say a brute fact
mason. They're
statement.
not going to cite the guy that pours the concrete on the thing.
Sir, I'm
They
sorry
cite
to
the
tell you,
company,
it is what
Jacobs
it is.
Engineering. Yes, it is what it
They
is.
don't
You're
go. They don't
hardcore being a
explain
liar.
how they compensated. They don't even reference where we can go check how they
You
did.
can't
This
even
is
tell me
bad
what you mean
practice,
when
in
you
my
say
opinion.
compensated.
You have to
I mean, I'm
cite
going to
things
ask
that
you again.
If you didn't
When
do it
you
on your
say
own,
compensated, what do you mean?
if you didn't do it on your own, you have to cite it.
They did do it. It's them or their paper,
It's
and they
there.
cite the
Did not
construction
do it.
company.
This is done
They
what 50.
cite. Yes,
This
they
paper is written
do.
like 50
They
years
cite the
later, like
construction
by
company
people in a
right in the
different
thing.
state. These people weren't even in the same state. They're not even there.
Oh my
This is
fucking God.
craziness.
Are you
Unbelievable.
serious?
Are you
She's
serious?
not serious.
I'm
Are
just
you serious? Do you think?
Dude, she's just a troll. I mean,
They're
it's
just
either
saying a
trolling
sentence. I
or
don't know what
poem.
else to
Yeah, I
say.
mean, PhD Tony is actually
No
right
one's
about you.
disingenuine. No one is.
No, you're just hard coping, Tayler.
I'd like to know how they compensated for it
No,
personally.
you don't. You're just.
What do you mean when you say
That's why I've
compensated?
looked at the ASBUILT.
What do you mean? What do you
compensate for my
exactly
small size.
They had to make it straight, not level. How did they do that?
They build
You've explained that to me
do you know
5
how
times.
hold on,
Let's look into it.
hold on,
What did they
hold
build
on.
higher?
Shut up. Do you know how the concrete is poured?
Oh, so it's the concrete? Was it the arms
Yes.
holding the beams? Did they dig out the ground?
There's a diagram, you dumb person. There's a diagram. There's a concrete pouring in which you have a floor and like go to page 24.
Okay.
There's a concrete floor.
Oh, she left.
Then there's a house.
She left. Max, she left.
Fucking bitch.
I was gonna ask her if she believes in evolution.
No, she doesn't. And
She's just gonna say the opposite of what anybody says ever. That's her whole shtick.
If she doesn't believe in evolution, why is she LARPing as a biologist?
Oh,
she's back. She's
No
back. She's
idea.
back.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Go to page 24.
I bet you don't get an answer, by the way, if you do ask that question.
About what? An answer about what?
Let's not derail. Hold on. Go to page 24. You have a diagram of the structure of the thing.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the link again.
Okay, I can post it there.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. Okay, 24.
So you have the floor, right? And then you have the housing, which is kind of like a half oval. And then inside, you have the tubes. You have a big tube that carries the smaller tubes, which are 4.
Horizontal displacement, 520 meters, frequency of occurrences.
No, look at page 24. We're at the diagram.
The page number stops at 21 for me after the references. So it stops at 21, then so 22.
No, the PDF has 31 pages.
That'd be figure 4. What figure?
Figure 2. Althaus, Han, Jones, Lazzarini, and Weiss.
Okay, I'm here.
So that's the structure. There's a floor. There's a concrete floor, right? So instead of pouring this directly on the ground, they had to build a structure so that this concrete would be straight, but not follow neither the topography nor the curvature of the earth. So that part is the straight part.
Okay, so
and then they build the housing
it could have
on
been
top.
done a couple different ways. It could have been the beam tube support. It could have been the concrete foundation could have been taller. It could have been that they I was told by people they digged out more land to make this so, or
yes,
in the
they
I
dug
don't
it
know.
and it's
There's different
underground.
methods, but this is why I want to look at the methods. But sadly, that's not.
But okay, we know they didn't dig because the paper itself says
Jesse told me
that
they did.
at the point, the paper says at the point, the arm is 1.25 meters off the ground, right? So we know they didn't dig.
Where are you reading this?
That's page 3. Yes, page 3, the first paragraph, right after the 11 citation.
So at one end of it, it's
look, they have cart levelers. Did they use that?
at one end, it's flush to the ground. At the other end, they have to go up 1 point something meters. And it's a gradual curve throughout. Why would that be? That they had to compensate for that drop if they were to keep it level the entire way. So instead of keeping that drop that they were finding, they had to compensate for it so that it would be straight by raising the other end by 1.2 meters.
What did they raise?
They raised the end of the opposite end.
How?
Of the
by the
tube.
cart leveler? By the holding?
They built a structure underneath
concrete
it.
support? Like
yes,
the concrete, yes.
The concrete.
Oh, really? Can you say that?
Oh my God!
It says it
you're
right
looking
there.
at the paper. It's right in front of you.
Which page? Which page?
That is such a cop out.
I'm sorry. Which page does it say the
We've been
concrete is
citing
what
it the
made
whole
it?
time. Read. How about
Because I
this?
see
How
cart
about read the
levelers too.
paper? How about read the paper?
Where
and get
does it
back
say
to me?
cart? I'm sorry.
Instead
what
of a
page?
spoon feeding the whole thing to you, and then you just telling us no
Which
every
page
time.
says they use the concrete to make
I
it
don't know. I turned
compensate
it
for
off.
curvature?
What you still
Actually.
haven't replied. What do you mean when you say compensate for curvature?
What you know what I mean? Straight out level. So where it says, I think that was Robert that said they use a concrete to what word do you want me to use?
It was a structure underneath.
You don't even know what the
So
you're so desperate you don't even know what objection you have.
Where are you reading that?
So I'm going to draw you a little picture. Okay?
No answer. Don't say I don't answer.
I'm going to draw you a little picture. So here we have the housing, and obviously it's
I want
not
to
going
know
to
where
be.
they said concrete.
It's not going to be to scale, right? So now here, let me do this. The concrete is going to be green, and I'm sorry I don't do this while showing you. I can't share my screen, but here we go. The arm starts flush to the ground, and then it is no longer flush to the ground. Obviously, not to scale, and there we go. Here, check the side chat. No, that's the other day.
Okay.
1 second.
But they also have the cart levelers. How much would that fix it? Okay, so they only needed 1 meter to make it compensate, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because it's only
What do you want
4
me to say?
kilometers.
Compensate is not a good word. What do you want me to say?
No, if you keep on saying compensate, I would like
Okay, I
you
don't
to
know
tell
a
me
better
what you
word. I'm
mean.
sorry.
But do you understand
Okay.
here the diagram that I put to you?
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Levels. Let's see, what's this diagram?
Do you understand the diagram?
Let me save
You're talking about LIGO?
Yes.
cart levels. So they can do commercial space. How much can
Where are you?
She's cherry picking things so she can find her next
No,
objection by reading.
So
little
desperate.
Just trying to
segments.
figure out because this paper doesn't explain it, so I'm having to do other research. Figure it out.
No, it explains it
She's
perfectly.
going
tell
to
me where it
chat.
said the concrete.
Go to
please.
ChatGPT to find out.
Oh,
the
well then
reason
maybe
why.
you can tell me where in the paper it says the concrete.
We've told you everything. You just continue to
So the
find
base,
reasons why.
so the base is flush with the earth, and then both arms are
the page
propped
number.
up.
I want the page number. It says that. Please give me the page number. I want to see it.
How about this? How about read the report and then come back to us and give us your summary of it?
Okay, why would you
That
say a
would be a
statement? You
more
don't even know where.
honest.
What? Don't say
That would be
things
a
you
more
know.
honest position, right?
It'd be more honest to not say, "Oh, the concrete fixed it," but not give me
You
a
haven't even
reference.
read it. You haven't read the paper. You don't even know how it's constructed.
Obviously, you
don't
haven't
know
either.
what
You can't tell me
you
this.
don't know what
This
it's made of.
what
We've
you
been
just
explaining it to
said.
you for an hour, and you just
What
keep
page number is what you
everything we
just
say.
read, sir?
You're coping.
I'm not.
You
I'm trying to
have.
still figure it out.
I
Where does it
showed
say
Max has given you
concrete fixed?
30
Where's the
different pages
concrete?
Yo,
to look at.
guys.
The
So is the
concrete
claim
fixed it
that they
where?
leveled out this entire area, like along the paths, and then
No.
the base is flush with the earth, and the two arms are propped up?
No, what it says is that they built it straight but not level. So in the housing, the arm is kind of at ground level, but then at the end of the 4 kilometers, which is the length of each arm,
it's propped up. I know, that's what I said.
It's like it's off by 1 meter and 1.25 from the ground.
But I don't think you understood what I said. I said they leveled it before building, because obviously there's topography, right? So you want to.
Well, yeah, of course.
So they probably leveled it and then they propped up the two ends. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
So
that
wouldn't there be a gradually like increasing amount of concrete?
Yes, it does. I have a friend that went there.
Okay, so the concrete's not just at the ends of the arms; it's all the way.
So how do we know it's not to? You're assuming they leveled out all that land. Where can I read that?
Tayler,
survey before build.
Tayler,
survey?
in Chile, they're building an observatory, the Magellan Observatory. They leveled a fucking mountain to build that thing. So don't tell me that they can't level the ground for 4 kilometers.
It's a cool story. They could have. I just want to, see it.
Yeah, they can level the ground.
I mean, they're gonna level it out, Taylor.
Have you never seen when they build a highway how they bring in these big ass machines and they do whatever the fuck they want?
Yeah, they're not going to build.
Are we really contending with the fact that we have gigantic ass machines that can do whatever, basically move Earth around and level it and build mounts and highways and whatever? Is that really your contention right now, that we don't know how to
I
build
just want to
shit?
see like the build plan so we wouldn't speculate. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm trying to like
scoping, right?
Evidence. No, just not speculating.
For like every construction project, they're going to level out the land first.
They also have cart levels and stuff, so I don't know. It's only 1 meter over the whole thing.
Yeah, but because it's a short distance, it's 4 kilometers. It's not. I don't know how much that is in miles. I can do the math for you if you want. 4 kilometers in miles. It's a short.
It'd be nice to have a video of like a car driving alongside LIGO with the camera showing that the concrete is gradually increasing away from the base.
That would be cool, but I live in Uruguay, so no. Oh my God, indeed, Arnold. I forgot to record this. I'm such an idiot.
Who are you supporting for FIFA?
What? No, I don't care about football.
How are you Latina and not care about football?
Because I don't know.
Because football starts with the Hall of Fame game in Canton at the end of August.
I mean, I'm from Uruguay, though, and Uruguay is in the World Cup. So if anyone has to win, I want it to be Uruguay, obviously.
Base.
What page are you talking about? The cart levels? Because I'm doing Control F and I can't find cart. Well, I find cart, but I found cart as Cartesian. Cart. Hold on. Fiducial point using a layout cart. The cart was equipped with linear bearings and a plumb alignment bracket and a modified to support a fixed height antenna rod. Antenna rods, levels, and attachment fixtures were periodically calibrated to better than 0.25 millimeter accuracy to ensure repeatability of measurements. Antenna rods used a leveling device consisting of a coincidence type bubble level with a sensitivity of 10 arc seconds per millimeter. This arrangement provided acceptable repeatability in reasonable setup time. After nominal fiducial point was identified, a 15-20 minute static control point measurement was taken. This literally explains how they built the whole damn thing.
No, it doesn't. Where'd you see concrete? Anyway, I was going to ask you a question about the bubbles, because wouldn't the bubbles be going around the curve? So, like, shouldn't they not be using bubble bubbles?
No, this is what they're telling us, that they're using a bubble level and like a cart on a rail with a fixed height antenna so that they can keep the alignment and to an accuracy of 0.25 millimeter. 0.25 millimeters is it's like a quarter of a millimeter. Can you identify that? Can you visualize it?
It's like a human hair.
Yeah, it's very,
I don't know
very
how many
small.
of these levels there are. I have no clue. This is what I'm saying. I want to like look at the paper
so
on
coping.
how they compensated for it. So you need to prove and rule out
you choose the way of cope, right?
Oh, I'm not trying to cope. I'm trying to see primary.
Oh, you are hard coping.
The build data, sir. I'm trying to be more accurate. More info, better than less info. You want me to like look at a sentence and be like, oh yeah, that's enough. That's enough for me. Okay, fine. Now I want to see the data. I want to see the intricacies.
Let me ask you a question. With everything that you've been provided and everything that Max has shown you and everything that we've talked about for the last hour, are you more likely than not to accept that the reason that they did what they did was because of the Earth's curvature, to make it straight but not level because of the curvature? Or are you completely dismissing all of that with the mountain of evidence that you've been shown? And your only excuse right now is that, oh, I can't see the build plans, which has changed 6 times over an hour. But now it's this thing.
Look, I found this one. Okay, this is how I know. Okay, this is the one from Washington. Look at this. They have different arm height. They have different elevation heights for the different arms. So look at this. Look at this picture I'm about to provide to you.
I gave her a paper. She asked for papers, and now she's going to give me a picture.
Hold on. No. This is.
Maybe it'll be a meme.
I'll give you the citation from this. Is from LIGO's actual like. This is from building data of the arms. Oh, this is the one from Livingston. Okay. So yeah, so the elevation profile at each of these are going to be in elevations for LIGO GPS points. the table right there says coordinate table and elevations. The arms are at different elevations. You see what I mean? That's how I know there's something.
We are talking about two separate
topography
devices
happening.
now. So you're coping into something else.
Oh no, I'm giving you more
Can you
data
give
than
me
you,
the
David.
full citation for this?
Yeah, this is the ASBUILT plans.
So what is this proof of? Earth flat?
What?
I'm pretty
This is
sure
supposed to be
no.
y'all's
But...
proof of curvature. What?
Oh, it is. It is perfect proof. I made Caleb cry with this.
Oh really? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think a
Taylor,
sentence without a reference
you
is
know
enough
that
for
every
me.
time I debate flat earthers, I make them cry, right?
That's weird. Is it because you won't
Is
let
that
them
a
talk or
fetish?
something?
No, it's because they cope so hard they go into a mental breakdown.
Yeah, I'm giving some actual numbers
Waiting for
here.
the link though.
Yeah, give me a second. I had to search this on my photos. The link's on my huge document. Takes a little bit longer. I was able to find this in under a minute. That would take about 4 or 5. I have like a 100-page document of notes. I should probably break them up, so it's going to take a second. You should be providing it. Actually, this is your point. But anyway, that's a
No, my point was provided and my evidence was
LIGO
given.
your evidence or something like that?
My point was
have bill
provided
plans?
and my evidence was
I
given.
need to provide the bill plans for your evidence.
You
don't need
didn't
build
request build plans.
But yeah,
You
I'll do it.
requested
I don't mind. I don't
you
mind. But I'm just
requested
saying, I want you to
we're going
provide
back
my
to
links
square
somehow.
one. You requested a scientific paper when you were talking about LIGO with Toon. I gave
You want to be
you
the primary
the-
source.
this is a
It is a
primary
primary.
source
This is not for how they compensated for the curvature, sir.
What's
because you're moving
compensated
the
mean?
This is
goalpost.
not the bill of plans. I'm sorry.
You didn't ask me for build plans. You asked me for a scientific paper, and that's exactly what I gave you.
From the primary source.
Yeah.
From the primary
The
source.
scientific paper should explain how they did
No, it
the
shouldn't.
methodology so you can repeat the method. That's why you have a material
Oh, so you have
It is.
multi-million
It
dollars
needs
to
to, it
repeat
can't
this
be an
bill?
unreferenced sentence. That's not enough, bro. I'm sorry.
You're
Yes, of course.
latching on to one
Nothing's ever enough.
sentence.
Don't you want
Nothing.
more data instead of less? Globers always seem to
It has
settle for
all the
less.
data. It has all
Show
the
me.
data.
Hey,
We don't need to like compensate
show
for
me.
refraction.
Show
We
me
don't need to
flat Earth.
measure the
Hey,
atmospheric conditions. We're good with
show me
just
flat Earth
assuming
You
data.
standard.
you
We don't
no
need
no
to
no
go
no
get the
no no
primary
stop
bill
with the
plans.
coping.
This
You
sentence is good
don't
enough for
need
us. Well, I'm
you
sorry,
don't need
sir.
to
You got to be
compensate
more
for
technical than
refraction.
that.
Stop.
Show
You don't need to
any
compensate for
flat Earth
refraction
data.
because all of this happens inside vacuum tubes. You
One
don't need to
sentence is not good
compensate for
enough for
anything in the
science.
atmosphere because this happens in a closed place that probably has air conditioning. You are coping, hard coping.
Well, there's one thing that they'd
Look at
have
that
to
picture right there with the
account for
elevation
refraction, which
data.
is when
I'm
they
gonna
use
get
the
you the
laser
source.
Can you
level.
give me
Don't
the
worry.
source?
This is how you know it's
As far as I know,
topography.
they use lasers, right?
Yeah. Give me about
Yes.
So
5
you need
seconds.
to
I'm pulling it up.
watch out for refraction with that.
No, because it happens inside of vacuum tubes.
Oh, I was
No, I'm
talking
saying
about other
to align
like
it, they
other
use
like
laser
examples
levels
of Globers not one to be as precise.
in the
It's pretty
construction
simple.
process.
Show me anything precise in flat Earth. Show me one flat Earth measurement. Show me one peer-reviewed paper. Show me anything that you ask of us. Show me a tenth of that with flat Earth evidence. You don't
That's
have
a
it.
great question.
Show me anything.
Are you trying to refuse on my claims or something?
No. What you claim is that we don't have
What did I
evidence,
claim?
as we're giving you exactly what you asked for, and then you cry about it because it proves our point. But then you nitpick and obfuscate and find something that's completely
I'm not
irrelevant.
obfuscating. I'm
And then
giving you
say,
the data behind.
but what you
I'm
don't
getting you
have
the
is
link right
any.
now
No, show
behind
me. No,
your
show me.
supposed
I don't care.
evidence.
Show me flat Earth
That's me
data.
doing
Show me
more than
flat Earth
you.
measurements. Show me flat Earth peer-reviewed papers. Show me
Oh,
anything
here
that
you go.
works because of
I
flat
found
Earth.
the link, by the way.
Show me something that works because of
Here you
because of flat
go,
Earth.
Max.
Yes, he
Okay.
totally just ignores it because it can't.
What do you
There
mean by
you go. There's your
only a flat Earth?
actual link that you should have provided 20 minutes ago for your evidence.
No, I shouldn't have. I provided exactly what you then changed
Yeah, an unsighted
on
sentence.
me.
I guess that's the best you got, though. I mean, I can't really blame you. I don't know what else to say.
You
It's
have
way
nothing,
more
so
than
it's
you
better than what you
have.
got. We only got you
It's a
exactly what you
sentence
asked
without
for, but it's way
references.
better than what you got because you have nothing.
Even if it had a reference the sentence, a sentence without references and a reference page with just a sentence.
Babe,
Well,
It's fine though. I mean,
also,
it's actually better than I've seen for most people, Max. So
also
congrats on
assuming
that.
that
But you got to
nothing
get the original
created.
like data. You know what I mean? The
This
original.
is the original data.
You're
And
assuming
you're
that
Yeah,
latching
document was
onto
what I
one
just
created.
gave.
She
Because I
You're
talks
do
latching
about.
like
onto
giving
one sentence.
sources for claims.
You're
I
also
gave you
assuming.
sources.
You're assuming
A
that
source
document was
of a
created to
sentence. That's just
for
not it.
flat
That's not
earthers.
it, bro.
It's not.
I mean, is not an argument, but
A
okay.
sentence is you can like run with it. That's all you, bro. all you.
Bro, look at the way that you're coping about this.
Okay, so
Get
now
back
that
to
I
me.
gave
I'm
you
so sorry that I
picture,
didn't record
I gave you
this.
the
Oh my
picture and
God.
the source for the picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you
what
can
am I
understand
supposed
it's
to look at?
topography. That's actually the issue here. One of the arms is a way higher elevation than the other.
Why does here it says let me read you another sentence. The beam tubes needed to be aligned along the propagation direction of light in a vacuum and not along the direction perpendicular to local gravity on the surface of the Earth.
Boom.
This is a red herring like none other, bro.
Oh my God, of course it is. Of course
Did
it
you
is.
just bring up gravity or something?
Of
Or what are you
course it
talking
is.
about?
Yeah,
Look
because
at
the
the
paper cites
elevation profile of
gravity.
the arms, how they're different on each side.
Because the
we-
How you know
paper
they
cites
didn't
that
level out the land? It's proof right there. But you're
not
just
even
waving
leveling out
past
the
that.
land. Oh my God.
You move past that like bat out of hell. Excuse my language. Yeah, I gave you the source of the picture though. Can you adjust the picture?
Which one is the one I'm looking for?
Yeah, the picture of the elevation profiles of each arm.
Which one? Because there's a list, files in the document, and when you like the link that you gave me has a bunch of things, as built drawings, right?
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. It's the craziest as-built I've ever seen.
In civil
It's wild.
architectural. Where do I have to click to get the citation?
Dude, yeah, that's the funny part. See how bad of an as-built plan this even is? But yeah, so you're just gonna have to go in there and find it, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it sucks.
So you're not going to give me the citation. Got it.
Oh, look,
Notice
I
how
had to give you
I
this
told you
link to
exactly
this
where
is your
to
data.
find
You should be thankful I even found the link to what you're claiming.
This is not my data. My citation you couldn't handle, and you're coping, and you had to
Look,
divert
I'll
to
try to
something
find it
else.
for you. Oh my gosh,
That would be
again.
awesome. You know that this
Jeez.
is why you lose every time to
Nothing,
me,
bro.
right?
I'm packing right now, and I'm still getting your freaking sources and evidence or whatever.
No, you're
Am I
flailing.
not?
You're
Am I
flailing.
not right now?
You're crying.
You're flailing.
I'm crying, dude. I'm getting his. Are
That's
you?
fine, and I will give you
I don't. I
time.
guess I'm just gonna have to head out because this is just delusional. This is gaslighting
Oh
beyond
yes, you are delusional. I
that's what
I've
it
ever
is.
seen. I don't know what to say. You're just like, I'm giving you your sources that you should have provided, and you're
What is
still
your
like
conclusion
whining.
then? Okay, so what's your
No.
conclusion?
Dude, I even gave you pictures of the
You didn't
elevation
even read the
profile.
paper. So how are you giving us anything?
The paper, he's referencing a sentence in the paper. He's not even referencing the GPS stuff. He's saying they had to compensate for curvature. That would be referenced on the build plans, which I had provided a link for. I also provided an elevation profile, and I made the numbers bigger in case you can't see them or discern them. This shows that at each arm length, there's different elevations. Therefore, you can see that something's happening with topography. You would have to rule that out.
Why do you come to the conclusion of topography though?
I didn't come to that conclusion. I'm just saying this is something you have to rule
absolutely
out.
did. You just said that. You said obviously
my
this
It's
is
God.
because
another
of
I'll be
factor
right
you
back.
have
I
to
need to pee.
rule out.
That's literally what you said. You said this obviously has to do with topography.
Well, yeah, the different elevations at each side. That is definitely topography.
What if the different elevations are due to Earth curve?
But in
And you
terms of
completely
between
dismiss
each
that because you're
arm,
not because
no.
you are not.
Inside of each arm, you'd have to differentiate whether
They'll say
that's
it's because it's an ovaloid
topological or
spheroid.
curvature. But yeah, this is apparently like one of the only things that ever cites curvature in any building. It didn't in like Pontchartrain, but yeah, I've definitely
Because at
tried to
Pontchartrain you
seek it out.
build
It
to
doesn't have
level.
the survey
You
data
build
of
it.
the land before
You
building.
build
It doesn't
bridges
have
level.
survey data before building, so I would not be able to conclude one or the
You
other.
don't build
But I
bridges
can see
straight.
the
You build
elevations
them
different each
level. This is the difference between bridges. Pontchartrain has to be built level. This had to be straight so that the light could. It had to be within less than a quarter of a millimeter of clearance of tolerance. It had to be a less than 0.25 millimeter of tolerance. A bridge just has to be level. It doesn't have to be flat.
Yeah, on either model, I'd agree. Like, yeah, you definitely have to be like accounting for either topology, curvature, both, whatever.
Yeah, so over 4 meter for over 4 kilometers to build it straight, they had to account for curvature.
Are you assuming the
Because there
ground
was
was
a
perfectly straight when they started
1.25
building?
millimeter or 1.25 meter difference over those 4 kilometers.
What's being assumed is that when they started building, the ground was perfectly straight, so all they had to account for was curvature. My question would then be, why didn't they just take out 1 meter at the end so that they wouldn't have to account for that? It's crazy. So if they already had to level out the land to make the arm straight, why not take off 1 meter at the end so you wouldn't have to do any of it? There's a lot of questions.
Because it's not 1.25 meters at the end of it. It's a gradual lengthening of it over the course of it at so many inches per meter, or so
But
many
didn't they take out
centimeters
the
per meter of drop.
topological differences?
It's
Okay,
the
so they
drop.
fixed the topography, right? But they didn't
Not
fix the 1
topography.
meter. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
That's the craziest thing.
You were the one just saying it wasn't topography. You didn't say it was topography. Now you're dying on the sword of topography.
No, I'm saying, oh, you're not following, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so
What I
following,
said was,
bro.
okay, so let me ask you a question. Whenever they added a meter at each end,
What do you mean
that was
added a
only
meter?
because,
Height?
stop interrupting me. Maybe you'll understand
Well,
what I'm saying.
explain what you mean.
Maybe that's only because of curvature, right? That they added a meter taller at each end, right? Only because of curvature, right?
That's not what they did.
Okay,
but
that means that all the topography was leveled out per se, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why didn't they level it out to where you'd have the meter difference removed?
Because if you level it to the center of the gravitational field of the Earth, it's going to be curved because it's going to have a gradual curve away.
Taylor, you sound confused right now.
They added a meter at the ends at the concrete. They added a meter to the concrete slabs at the ends of the arms.
Raise the end
Why
of it
didn't
up.
they take out a meter at the center? Like this is the you see what I mean? They already
Oh my
accounted
God,
for topography. They already leveled out the land. So there's no topological differences. So why not take out a meter?
Yeah, they could have done it that way. They could have just done it through the center.
Let me ask you a question.
Had like the
So like
center
these are
embedded
questions,
in the
bro.
earth.
If you're conceding that they had to do that, why would they have to do that?
Taylor, go
I'm
to
not
page.
conceding they had to do that. I don't have any
You're
survey
saying,
data beforehand.
instead of building up 1 meter at one end, why didn't they just take out a meter in the center? Fine. Why would they have to do either?
I don't. This is all
Why would they
confusing.
have to
Each
do
No, that
arm
would be
has a
wrong.
different elevation.
They wouldn't have had to take
The
out a
end
meter.
of each
They'd have to
arm.
take out half a meter in the center.
The end of each
So,
arm is a completely
Then
different
the base and
elevation.
the end would be flush.
So if you look at the picture in page,
Oh my gosh! Please stop referencing this article written in freaking California, Massachusetts.
It's not that
50 years later as evidence.
It's not an article. It's a scientific paper. So stop coping.
Is it the bill plans? If you're referencing the bill
If you
plans,
look
please
at
use bill plans.
if you look at the picture that I just showed you on page 22, figure 1, you can clearly see that all of this is built on level ground.
Really?
Yeah,
Why didn't they
you
draw
can
it
literally
curved?
see it on
If the
the
ground is
picture.
curved, why didn't they draw it curving? Like it's so stupid.
Because they don't need this thing to be curved. They need this thing to be straight.
Yeah, but you're saying they're showing the ground is level, but the ground
Level
is
is not
actually
straight.
curved.
No, leveled as in
No, well,
they
it's not
made
level
it.
or straight.
They made the ground to go straight like they need the beams because the beam is not floating in, like
Actually,
the
the
arm is
ground was
not
curved.
floating in the air.
The concrete was straight. Was made it
The
straight, not the
concrete is
ground.
resting. The concrete is resting on top of the ground, so they had to build a little mountain so that then they could pour the concrete on top, right?
Yeah, well, why
And you
don't they
can
show
see that
the
on
earth?
the picture.
Why don't they show the earth curved, and why don't they show the concrete getting
Oh,
higher at
that's
the end to compensate?
adorable.
Taylor,
No, I'm just
you
laughing
honestly
at
sound
what you
confused right
said.
now.
Like that's so. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. Like if you're understanding, bro.
No, I don't know if you are
You said
understanding.
they drew it. Yeah, they drew it straight. Okay, that's not helping your point. That's not helping your point at all.
That's just you coping.
Oh, if the ground was straight, then why did they have to build up the concrete higher at the ends? This is not helping your point.
It's not higher, it's straight.
Yeah, making it straight. Why would they need to do that if the ground's straight?
The ground is level, not straight.
Oh my goodness.
No, he said straight.
No, he said level.
Rewind
he said
the tape.
ground was
You have to correct
level.
Max. I'm quoting Max from a minute ago,
No,
sir.
you're lying
You're
now.
laughing at me quoting
Revelation
just
20.
said-
Remember, you get
just
super
said the
hell.
ground was level.
You said that the
They
ground
leveled
is straight.
the
You
ground.
know that they leveled it.
And when
They leveled the ground.
Okay,
I don't
the
know if you've
leveled
ever seen a
ground should be
construction
curved,
site,
right?
but
The
when
leveled ground, is it not
no,
curved? The
what I
leveled
mean
ground?
here,
Level
no,
is
How
hold
did
not
they
on.
draw it?
straight.
Not
They
curved.
leveled Taylor. They leveled the ground so that it matches the straightness that they needed to pour the concrete on top. So at the housing, right next to the housing where the arms come out from, they didn't have to do much there, but they take that as a baseline, and then the farther out they went, they needed to put more dirt so that then they could pour the concrete on top and it would be straight. That's what I meant when I said level. I meant level in the
You got it
construction
backwards.
sense.
They
No,
didn't
I
add
don't have
dirt.
it
They added.
backward.
I promise
So
you.
here's my question.
Ask
Here's my
them.
question.
They added.
The
Hold
concrete.
on. They added concrete, not dirt.
Oh my god.
So you're wrong.
No, they
makes no
they
difference.
first added dirt
Oh
and then
my
they pour
God.
the concrete on top. You don't pour concrete floating.
Yo, Max, here's my
Oh
question.
really?
Concrete
Look into
levels,
it.
right? It's like self-leveling. It has water in it. So did they
Yes.
You're refuting their whole point.
did they
Max. Literally,
let this curved
No,
concrete
it is
dry
not.
and then shave it straight or something?
No, they built
Or did
it
they build
in
the structure on the curved concrete?
No, they built the concrete so that it's straight, not
How?
curved.
He's saying they use the dirt, but other people say they use
Do you know
concrete.
how
No,
concrete is?
I'm not worried about what's underneath the concrete. I'm saying concrete
Do you know
itself.
how concrete is poured?
Yes, it's poured and it levels like water, which is curved according to you.
Right.
Yes, but what did I just say? That in order to avoid that, they basically put dirt below so that the ground matched the straightness that they needed to pour the concrete on top of it. And
You're
then,
not
of course, you
understanding. I'm
make...
talking about the top surface of the concrete is going to be curved.
No.
Is it going to be
No.
level? Level is curved according to you.
No.
Level is curved,
Level, yes. Level
So
is
the top
curved.
surface of the concrete is going to
So
be
hold on,
curved.
just here. Listen,
It's like a level.
I'll simplify it. So the first step was they leveled the ground for the 4 kilometers. Okay, and then when they started to lay the arms in, the arms, because of the distance of 4.2 kilometers and the variation of a 1.2 meter difference from one end to the other with the straight arm, they had to build up aggregate underneath where they poured the concretes at the end gradually so that it would almost go up a ramp a little bit. So when you start at the base end where it connects, it's flush to the ground. But when you get to the other end, it gradually rises up over 4 kilometers to 1.2 meters higher than where it is on the level ground at the start, because the arm has to be perfectly straight. So the
Did they build it up
ground,
with concrete or dirt?
I mean, a mixture of them.
They
They
did
build up
both.
dirt and they pour concrete on top of it.
Yeah, just like they do when they build roads.
Okay, so can we see the surveying before and after they leveled it out?
No, because it's not
I mean,
needed.
I can try to get the surveying, but I need you to
grasping
acknowledge
so
you're moving the
bad.
Oh no,
goalposts.
I'm just curious.
Moving the goalpost, looking for something.
Not at all.
You look. Here's the funny thing. You know, I know. Everybody here knows why they did what they did. It makes perfectly logical sense. You know that's what happened, and we know that it works.
Then why is
So
one of the arms at the end 4 feet higher than the other arm at the end?
because
They got the ground so leveled.
because level isn't straight. Level is not straight. That's why.
The elevation profile 4 feet higher at the end of arm 1 than arm 2. I thought they made the
Yes,
topography level.
it's
They
not
just
topography.
Oh, you told me they leveled out topography to begin with, right?
Yeah,
They
just like they do
leveled
with
the
Okay, then
ground.
why is one of the arms 4 feet higher at the very end than the other arm at the very end where they should be the same exact elevation?
Exactly why I just said. Exactly why I just
No, I'm
said.
not talking
Because
about
they
one
needed it to
sir.
be straight, not level.
You are look at the picture, okay? Because we're talking about 2
No,
different arms.
I think she's saying at the base it's flush with the earth, and the 2 ends are supposed to be propped up. But she's saying that there's a discrepancy between the 2 ends of 4 feet.
Oh yeah, hold on this other picture.
Yeah, which is the
Zoom bigger.
1.3 meters that I was referencing. It's about
Oh,
4
what
feet.
is this? Oh, it's actually
So
8 feet.
one end is flush with the earth, and then the base and the other
Look at
end
the
are
picture I
not.
just posted.
One end, let's put it this way. One end is plumb with the earth. Plumb level. The other end is not plumb level. It is angled up slightly because it had to stay straight. If for the entire 4 kilometers, if it was plumb level the whole time, the thing would have a bow in it, and it can't have
Yeah.
a bow.
Okay, what about where the 2 ends meet? The base.
The housing. That's the part that is flush with the ground. The housing, the little,
He just said
little
the end was
cottage
flush with the
there.
ground.
No,
Look at the picture
yeah.
I just posted.
You guys are confused.
No, look at the picture I just posted.
Is the base that's flush or the end that's flush? If it's the base that's
No,
flush,
the
the end shouldn't
base.
have a 4 feet discrepancy. If it's one
The
end that's
base.
flush and the base and the other one aren't, then those two shouldn't have a 4 feet discrepancy.
The
picture
I have no idea where she got this data.
I gave you the link.
Yes, but the link has a bunch of other links. I need a more direct link to
Tell me about
this
it. It was
page
hard.
because in your image I'm zooming in and I can't read shit.
Yeah, I know it's kind
And
of sucky.
I'm on like a 43-inch monitor and I can't read it.
Why do you need a monitor display?
Because
I
I'm
put the numbers
almost
big on
blind.
it. Here you go.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Nah, it's okay. I wear glasses since I'm 5. I'm used to it. I'm so dumb. I didn't record this. Tayler, if I have to give you one thing, is that you're very fun to talk to because this always ends up. I don't know if you remember our other interactions, but this always ends up in the same way. You absolutely destroyed and coping, and me laughing my ass off.
It's a brute facts statement. Is that because look, here's the link. Actually, I found it for you. I
You're
found
on
your
brand. It's
links and your
important.
evidence. Okay, so if you just say stuff like that, does that mean you win? Because I can just start saying stuff like that all the time.
I
It's
mean, you
easy.
could try.
That's all you
Always
do.
is
Matt, you
easy.
seem like you're good at drawing. So how, can you
I've been the
draw
only
for
one
me?
providing primary sources here. I've been the only one actually.
No, you got your primary source. You got your peer
Here's your
reviewed paper.
link
You got everything you
again.
asked for.
I gave you the you didn't even have the ASBUILT
Max, can you draw
plans.
something for me?
Yes.
He didn't even
Can
have
you
them.
draw
I had
for
to give him
me
the link.
how level cement looks as it's like straight tangential to the earth?
Like that?
No. The cement itself, the surface of it is going to be level, curving, right? But it's supposed to it's supposed to be flat for, the base for the end of this LIGO thing. So how does that look?
So look at this. Look at the picture you had. Matt's just put up. If they just poured the concrete and laid the arm in there, it would be shaped like the black line.
Right.
But it's not.
Oh,
they built it
up.
So
are you saying they poured the concrete and when it was wet, they put the arm in there?
But they made the aggregate under the concrete straight before
I'm
they
going to
poured it.
show that next. So here I'm going to paint a little bit of brown. So this is what I was
There you
saying
go.
when they leveled the
They
ground below
straightened
it,
the
because
ground.
you need to pour the concrete onto something. It doesn't just like float. So this is what they did. They added dirt to make it straight so that then they can pour the concrete over the straightness. And of course, this is poured in sections. It's not poured all at once. It's built like highways in sections so that you can also keep it straight and it still would not like curve under the force of gravity, right?
Yes.
How would it not curve?
When you like
Max, I gave you the
concrete,
link to the paper. I gave you the
The
link
only
to
thing
the
I can think of
picture.
is that it would dry with a slight curve in the middle, right, of the concrete, and then they would they'd have to like shave the center off.
Why?
One arm is 4 feet higher
Because
than
it
the other.
curves, it dries curved according.
The
It drives
topography.
level.
No,
The
but it dries
topography
curved in how long of a section?
Okay,
And
I
it'll
just
be
literally gave you one arm is
the
4
base,
feet
like
higher.
it'll be gradual.
Does he have me muted? Oh yeah, he does have me muted. He said he doesn't talk to women. Can y'all tell him?
I don't have you
something,
muted,
percentage?
Tayler.
He's talking
Then
to
what's
me right
going
now. Hold on,
I think I have a
Tayler.
different Muslim.
We're kind of done with you.
You
See, he
asked
has
me
a
to
doubt
give
about
a
this.
link to the picture. I gave you a link. Can you respond? And then I will leave, please. It took me
I'm done.
come on, bro. I deserve it. I'm
Where
supposed to be
does it
hacking right
say
now?
that? In which part of this does it say that it has a difference of 4 feet?
Look at the link. That's the topological profile. You'll see LIGO 1, LIGO 5 is at the very end of one arm. And then LIGO, what is this? LIGO 1 is the end of the other arm. Now go to the little square where it says coordinate table and elevation points. You can see the elevation points, 8 feet difference for the end of arm 1 and arm 2. There's something going on with topography. And I gave you a link. And I gave you a link to
50
the
and
whole ASBUILT
54. Yeah, this elevation
58,
is
58.
what?
50 and 58.
50, arm 1 and arm 5. Okay. But what are they calling arm 1 and arm 5? Hold on. LIGO
The very
1.
ends of each
Hold
arm.
on, Tayler. I'm reading.
Okay.
Arm 1. Okay, those are the different sections, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
No,
the
it doesn't say
elevation
that.
is taken from the ground, right?
Honestly, it should say in the survey notes right there.
The ground that's supposed to be supposed to be leveled out.
Survey location. Okay. Survey notes. Property line location and LIGO access road rights of way are by survey performed. Blah blah blah. The surveyors. Horizontal and vertical controls are from blah blah blah. Horizontal control, all bearings and distances shown hereon are Lambert grid. Elevations shown are mean sea level. Elevations are at least squares adjustment holding NAVD 88 values of NGS adjusted elevation benchmark A290. Caltech provide 5 survey measurements for initial control of the work. Oh, this is very hard to read. Approximately first order GPS monuments are necessary to accurately place the equipment. Rough grading. I don't think this makes the point that you wanted to make though.
Oh, really? Why aren't they the same
Yeah.
mean sea level at each arm end?
Because it's curving, because the earth curves.
But this is
What?
based on mean
Come on,
sea level,
Max.
which also curves. Mean sea level curves too.
No,
The
mean sea
base is
level
flush.
is an
The arms
average.
should be the same elevation.
The sea doesn't curve. Okay, thanks. Welcome to flat Earth, they would say.
Oh no! I mean, you can try.
Anyway,
What is this opposite?
you can just look into maybe just.
Yeah, I did look into it.
Well, then mean sea level's
Then
not.
what's the
Is
defense?
it mean sea level curved or not?
Mean sea level?
Yeah.
In the general sense, yes, but there's a reason why they use the mean is because sea level is not the same height at every place, right?
Max,
That's why
what are you talking
the mean,
about,
the mean, the mean. What does the mean in mean
Just say
sea
I don't know
level
why there's an
mean?
8-foot discrepancy off mean sea level between these two arms. Let me look into it, and that's it.
What does mean sea level mean,
bro?
What does the mean in mean sea level mean? It means average.
Nobody's even coming in to help.
Yes, so you wouldn't
It
expect
means
if they're using the
average.
same average between these two arms that are supposed to have equal elevation, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect an 8-foot discrepancy.
Why?
Because they're both working off the same mean sea level.
That they were supposed to level up to begin with. If it's not,
They didn't use a different mean sea level for each arm.
Lat long. Is this the same LIGO that I showed you?
Yep, this is the ASBUILT plans. Whenever I gave you the ASBUILT plans, I found this of the elevation profiles, basically copied and pasted the link to that because it's so hard to
And
find.
even if it's a
There's
different
like
LIGO, it
100 links.
shouldn't matter.
No, it's the same.
Unless
it's the same.
they're comparing
of course
one arm
it
from one
matters.
LIGO to another arm
ASBUILT
at another
plans.
LIGO.
No, this
No,
is from
of
Louisiana,
course
so you can see it right there. Listen,
Which
okay,
they're not
so
doing,
they have
obviously.
like 100 different links on there, on their ASBUILT plans. They have 100 different links. So the thing is, I found the elevation profiles right here, and then I copied and pasted the link to that, just so I wouldn't lose it because it's so their ASBUILT, whatever you want to call it, is so crazy scattered. So yes, it is from that same one. Long story short, it is the ASBUILT
Taylor,
plans.
do you believe in evolution?
Excuse me, I don't know. I was just waiting on Max to respond because he says he like destroys me every point. That's the only reason I'm
Every
pressing
single
him so
time.
hard. I'm just okay. Then go ahead
Except for
and
this one.
respond. He just says that he like destroys me every time. So that's the only reason I'm
Every
pressing him.
time.
Otherwise I wouldn't. Okay.
Except for
then-
this one, Max.
then
You don't
let's-
sound
Every
answer
time.
for this.
No, I mean, I already destroyed her on this. I'm trying
What's
to
the
figure
answer
out
for this one, though?
See, yes,
what
he
this
just says
means.
that. Okay, then go ahead and explain it.
I'm trying to figure out what this means.
If I do that, will you say I'm destroyed in the future? I'm just curious. So you don't.
I mean,
believe
I
me.
already destroyed you on LIGO, but we can
Huh?
see where you're wrong on this.
If
That's
someone,
not that big
you
of
don't
a
even
deal.
you don't even understand it, dude. Let's be honest. Okay, so if somebody looks into something, do you count that as destroying them? Because then I would, by definition, be destroying you right now, which I don't even like to. I wouldn't claim either way. I'm just wondering why
No,
you're
I don't
stating
think
it.
you have the mental capacity to destroy me, but
Oh, okay. So
especially on this.
if somebody, I'm just wondering in the future, if you talk to another person, they have to look into something. Do you count that as destroying them? Just
No.
curious. Okay, good.
No, I destroyed you today because all you did was cope. When I presented to
I'm
you a
giving you
paper,
more precise evidence on your claim, sir. I don't
more
know what the
more
you're talking about.
precise. This seems
Yeah,
like
this
an
is the
older paper.
as-built plans. This is it is older because this is the actual building plans that you're claiming in your paper written much later that they compensated for earth curvature in. Do you understand? I gave you the links. I gave you the elevation profiles. That obviously, I don't know if you've looked at it. It's fine, cool. But I don't know how you're gonna say you destroyed me.
I don't know how I don't know how, let's say, what is this, an 8 feet difference? I don't know how this invalidates my evidence in any kind of way, though.
Well, I was told that the ground was leveled out. I know level's not straight. Okay, it was leveled out. So the concrete slab level height discrepancy is because of curvature. Well, this shows that there's obviously something else topological going on for one of the ends of one arm to be 8 feet
Topological is not
higher
the
than the
correct
other.
word.
I don't care.
You mean
It is the
topographical.
correct word.
No,
Whatever. Okay, so
topology is a field of math, dummy.
So, what?
Yes,
Now we're being
topology.
pedantic. Now we're being pedantic.
Yes,
It's
topology is a field of math. Topography is the word that you meant to use.
I meant
Tayler, you shouldn't even like state that it is topography. Like you don't know that, right?
It is topography.
You don't know that.
Well, okay,
you don't know the reason why.
Okay, listen.
Okay, wait,
Why
hold
would
on.
one be
Hold
8
on,
feet
one second.
higher?
But hold on, my
second.
point is you're calling them out on an inconsistency that they have. You shouldn't put
One
yourself out
second,
like
one
take
second
the
here.
risk of
I'm
making
calling him out on
claims
saying
you
that
can't
all the
prove.
ground is level before they started.
Yellow. So, even though you can see that there are differences in one arm to the other,
why?
It doesn't matter because each arm needs to be straight.
I'm glad somebody DM'd that too.
Why are there
But let
differences?
me this shows that there's obvious they didn't level out everything first. That just disproves that claim.
No, I showed you, like you can see that they leveled it out on the picture where I post the, hold on.
They leveled it out, but their level showed a straight line. That's funny.
That made no sense.
You said they leveled it out because you can see that it's straight. Well, that means that level's straight by your definition.
No, what I meant is that they leveled out, I literally made you a drawing. I'll post the picture and I'll post the drawing again. I literally made you a drawing of how the farther you are from the housing, which is the part that is like right on top of the ground, you need to include more dirt below so that you can pour the concrete straight.
Technically, it'd be more. They say the more concrete, not the more dirt. More concrete.
Make the top surface of the red cement curving.
What?
Make the top surface of that red cement, which
that red is the housing.
No, on the right side, there's like red scribbling, which is cement.
Yeah, that's just dirt.
Okay, well, where's the cement? On top of the dirt?
On top of the dirt, obviously. The cement doesn't float.
They claim the cement has...
They
don't claim they fix it with dirt, though.
Put in that layer of cement and make it have a curve.
Why?
It wasn't laid wet anyway. It was laid in prefab form.
Because cement, when it's laying there, it's level. It's self-level.
It wasn't laid wet. It was laid prefab.
He says they fixed it with dirt, but they claim they fixed it with cement.
No. Now they're saying that wasn't wet cement. They didn't pour cement.
No, it was precast. It was precast.
Okay, even precast, they have like this big, straight kind of like a mold or what?
Yeah.
In sections. They had it in sections.
Yeah, they put it in sections. I talked about the section.
So they have the sections like standing up plumb and then...
Have you never seen how they build a highway?
Those are level.
Yeah, but have you never seen...
The cement is straight, flat.
Have you never seen how they do it? They go, they remove all the weeds, blah, blah, blah. And then on the section, they come with the big roller machine and they flatten out the top. And then either they pour the wet concrete or they pour the pre-made slabs, right?
You wouldn't notice 1 meter over this distance either way. But anyway.
That's a claim.
You don't pour
hey, by the way, Max, I'm letting you know that your Glovers, what they claim is that they actually made the slabs taller at the ends, not the dirt underneath the slabs taller. Just letting you know.
Where are the slabs? Are they just floating in the air, honey?
No, they're like...
Okay, so you need to put the dirt below so that it's supported, that it's not floating, right?
There's a meter more semen at the end than at the beginning is what they claim.
Yeah, and how do they fill that? With dirt. Thank you for your concession.
Well, then why does the cement need to be taller?
Why the what?
They claim the cement. They claim the cement slab. The
cement?
Yeah.
Bro, why are you being pedantic?
Yeah, he's always like, okay.
She's pointing out inconsistency.
I'm sorry, it sounded to me like
one of you guys said
something
they
else.
pack the earth increasingly amount, and then just have one even slab. Or multiple pieces of slabs that are all the same.
A 4 kilometer slab of concrete. Are you serious?
You're being pedantic again. The point is,
do you know how much that will weigh?
Max, shut up for a second.
You have no clue about how to build shit,
shut up for a second. You guys were saying that they packed earth, and then you had one layer, equal layer of the slabs of concrete. But now she's pointing out that the concrete itself was increasing. It's not one equal layer. So you have a contradiction that you have to reconcile now.
That is not a contradiction.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
Okay,
neither of you know
Who's
how
the
to
other
build
Glober that was
shit.
talking before?
And this is rough.
The other Glober that said it wasn't.
Jesse
it was
Patholite
slabs. It
would
wasn't
correct
poured,
you if he was in
concrete.
Nobody's correcting you. That's crazy. He doesn't believe me, so I can't.
Maybe that guy can address the reconcile it because
nobody
Max
in your
is
nose. I don't think anybody's
out.
looked ASBUILT plans, like, bro.
So you're doing an ad populum now? You're so
An ad
desperate.
populum.
You're running into the fallacies. I love that.
What are you, dude? He's trying to tell you that you're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Nobody
Oh, I
here
do know what
has
I'm
looked
talking
at it
about.
either
Yeah.
because they're not. Then cite
Listen, we all know
cite
Max
the
is-
sentence where the dirt is built up instead of the slab.
Do you know what a concrete slab is?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
It's a slab. It's not a ramp.
You can make a concrete. I guess
It's one thickness.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's straight, right?
So when she brings up evidence saying that the concrete itself was increasing in elevation, then it's not a slab.
What do you mean? You mean you're telling me that you can't make a ramp out of slabs? Are you seriously that dumb?
Okay, so now they made a ramp out of slabs.
No, they
So
leveled the ground below and they put the slabs and they make it straight.
Before you said they made it flat with earth.
No, Max, you cut
meaning
out.
they would not need a ramp with concrete. So stop contradicting yourself, please.
I'm not contradicting myself. You're being
Yes, you
literally
are, man.
stupid.
He just.
All right, clarify it. Please clarify it.
Clarify.
You get the slabs and you need those slabs to be resting somewhere. So whatever the case is, you have to put dirt below, right? Either it's the ground itself as is, or what they usually do when they build this kind of stuff is they flatten it out. But then the problem is that if you flatten it out following the contour of the terrain itself, then the thing would be curved. So at the end of the arms, where the arms are diverging 1.25 meters from the surface, you need to put dirt below there. This is very basic building.
Okay, yeah.
Why not
Max,
put dirt
you
in the
address
center?
Hold on 1 second. Max, you did not address the contradiction. Earlier you said
There
they,
is no
they
contradiction.
flattened out. Listen, you said they filled it with ground, with earth, right? They flattened it out. And then they had a slab of concrete on top, meaning that the slab is not ramped because the ground is ramped, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Or
now
no,
you're
no,
saying
you make
Oh
a
my
little
goodness.
mountain and you make it flat on the top.
I don't know if like you have English comprehension issues or if you're just trying
No,
to
I
save
have the
face or-
highest possible level of English that a person can
Then what's
have.
the tracking issue? Because we agreed that
You
yes,
are not
they filled
tracking.
it in.
Yes,
Listen,
I
stop.
agree.
We agree that you said that they filled it in with earth, right? Instead of it,
Yes.
like they packed it with earth before putting the concrete, and you said that the earth that they made was flat, horizontal, not curved,
Straight,
not
not level.
Yes. So
Yeah.
meaning the concrete should not need to be, increasing, gradually increasing, because it's already been made straight by the earth, right? The slab should only be one height, one thickness, right?
But she's comparing one arm to the other.
No, she's not. She's talking about one arm from the base is increasing in the height of the
You
concrete.
just started away.
No,
you just started
you're
away
wrong.
from your concrete slope with that.
No,
you just started away
you're
from
wrong.
We're talking about the concrete sloping.
You
Okay,
are
whether
wrong.
You're wrong,
one
bro.
arm is higher than the other,
Look
whether one is higher
at
than
the
other, it's a
table
different
and
point.
look at the figure. LIGO 5 is, if you're looking at the housing, is the farthest most part of the arm on the left. And LIGO 1...
Yo, Taylor, do you got an image of the slope of concrete? Like this ramp?
No, she has this shitty ass document. Mine is way better.
This is supposed to be something you provided.
No, you provided this as a dodge for
This
my... But
dodge.
you couldn't
This
contend
is
with
the
my
build plans.
evidence.
His
You
evidence
couldn't
was a
contend with my
paper
evidence. So
saying
you
they
had to
compensated
bring
for
up something
curvature.
else. Something
This is
else which
the
also
source
debunks
of your
you.
claim. This is
Something else which also debunks you.
You're just making you're just running away from the last point. That's fine.
I'm not running away
I'll
from
go with it.
anything.
You didn't say whether they sloped it with ground or with concrete. You didn't answer
Taylor,
that
you
one was
have no
AC
clue
tolerant.
how things
Go
are
ahead.
built.
Max,
Doesn't
Have
matter.
you
You
ever
still didn't
built
address it.
anything? Have you ever
Max, you have to
poured
choose one.
concrete
You have to choose
yourself?
one. Is the part underneath the tangent to the earth, is that filled with earth, with ground, or with concrete?
Why would that matter?
Because
I think
if
I think they made a little mound below and they put the slabs on top.
then you would not
That's what I
expect
think.
the concrete
But
to be
even if
increasing in elevation.
even if they poured concrete to the bottom, then you would get the same result. I don't think they poured
I agree with you. You would
extra
get the same
concrete
result,
from
but
the
it would be. Listen, I
slab.
agree
So
with you.
what's the point of the objection? If you look
The
at the
point
picture,
is that you don't know what you're talking about because you said that it was filled with earth.
And have you ever poured concrete? I have.
His evidence was that they
Yes.
compensated for
How's that
curvature.
relevant?
He said they compensate for curvature with LIGO. We don't even know
They
how.
do. The paper
We don't
says
even
that.
rule. The paper written 50 years later with no citation that doesn't even cite the build plans or
It
say
is a
where
primary source. It has
or
all the
how in the
citations.
build
You are
plans they
coping.
actually
And this is why
compensated
I
for
tell
it.
you that I beat you every single time
You
because
didn't
you are
beat me at
hard
all.
coping.
Okay,
Citations,
they
list of
claimed
references.
that they compensated for curvature, but actually in the build plans, first of all, they didn't give any citations. They just
They
they
did.
say no, they didn't behind that. You want me to prove you wrong again?
Do you
No, they
want me to
didn't. They
prove
just
you
said
wrong again? This is not.
yep,
This is going to
absolutely. Go ahead.
backfire.
All they did was say a sentence that they compensated for curvature.
And you're
50 years
latching
later,
onto that
they're
You're
not the
latching
ones
onto
that
that
built the
sentence.
bridge. This is not a primary source. They didn't
This is
build it.
not a
They didn't even
bridge.
cite the
Yo,
building
Taylor, can you
plans.
post like
They didn't
the thing
explain
that says
how
that
they
the concrete
compensated
was
for it.
increasing?
I'm trying to give you the build plans to help you out so you can explain how they did it. You don't know what's going on in them. That's fine. I had to give you the link
Oh,
to it.
I do
That's
know what's
also
going
fine.
on.
But just
I
please
do
don't say that
know.
you
I
destroyed
love when you
anybody.
get the accent,
This is very
it's
sad.
because you're getting super triggered. So here, 1
I think you're the one
second.
projecting a bit, just a bit.
No, Taylor. Remember one day you got so triggered that you started saying that it was sexually harassing you? This is how it always
What
goes.
the
You
It
always
fuck?
was
lose to
What
me.
the
I don't know
fuck?
why you even do this anymore.
I'm not. What were you saying to make me say that?
Oh, I
Don't
was
just
saying that you
claim
were
that.
choking on Witsit's dick.
Yeah, that's a little bit harassing. That's
Nah,
I
it's
don't want
not.
anybody to refer to me like doing that stuff.
It's
This is
not. It's really
disgusting.
not.
Can anybody agree with me here, or is that should I don't want to be referenced as choking on someone else's who's not my
More
husband's.
ad populum. I mean,
Yeah, just
if
filter.
you ask me to stop
Appropriate.
it, then I'll stop. But I was
I
just
did.
mentioning the
You
desperate
shouldn't
that
need
when
to
you
be
get
told, bro.
desperate, you say very dumb
What is
stuff
wrong
like
with this
that.
dude?
A global
What is the
coordinate system, such that the global coordinate system lies in a plane that is locally tangent to the WGS84 model at some point within the triangle defined by the 4-kilometer arms. So they do reference the curvature of the Earth, and they reference specifically WGS84.
She left. Rage
After
quit.
Witted, she's my second favorite.
Rage quit.
Every time she loses. I don't know why she even tries anymore, I swear.
No, I think she kind of came back at the end there. Not at the end, but like at the second point.
I think she's not even a flat earther. She's just here for attention.
No, the 8 feet discrepancy, he still
seem
doesn't have a rebuttal for it.
There was one day, like I remember she was talking about cells because she studies biology, and there was some idiot flat earther doing the same bullshit that she does about this thing, because of course she's studying biology. She has seen cells under the microscope, right? That she has prepared the culture herself and put it under the slide and focus it and so on. So she knows that cells exist. So this moron was doing the exact same thing she was doing and saying, no, cells don't exist. You need to give me this, you need to give me that, and moving the goalpost. It was freaking amazing. So what do you
get the taste of their own medicine?
Oh, the discrepancy is because it's between the two different arms.
That doesn't explain it.
It does.
No, because the base is what's flush with the Earth. The two different arms should have like equal elevation off the curve.
Why?
Because of the same distance.
They're two different. Like the local topography is possible that it's different. So they made each one straight, and it has like an 8-inch difference. Let me remind you that this thing has.
Is it 8 inches?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the reason for this? Are you saying it's
because it's between the separate arms?
Don't just say it's separate. We know it's separate arms, bro. But the separate arms are supposed to have the same elevation off the curve of the Earth because of the same distance, the same length.
If they leveled out the land, yes.
Let me tell you.
Now, if you're saying it's because it's an oblate spheroid and they're adjacent to each other, they're perpendicular to each other. Therefore, you'd expect the one that's going along the equator to be blah 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 blah. Maybe, but at least come with a defense, bro. Like That's why she won that point.
I already said that.
You never said that. You never said that.
I did say that.
I promise you didn't say that. You tried to say, oh, they're different arms, oh, mean sea level, and you never gave an actual rebuttal. I just steal my
No, I said that there's different arms. I told you that the reference...
You know they're different arms. That's why there's a discrepancy. You can't have a discrepancy with the same arm.
Yeah, and that's where the difference is between arm 1, LIGO 1, which is one of the arms, and LIGO 5, which is the end of the other arm.
Yes, that was the criticism that was levied to you. You can't just repeat it and say that that's the rebuttal. What's wrong with you, man?
What is wrong with you? Like,
the criticism was in different arms, there's an 8-inch discrepancy. You don't say, oh, because it's different arms. Obviously, you can't have a discrepancy with one arm.
Yeah.
So your rebuttal should have been, oh, because of, you know, whatever I said. You know, the oblate spheroid, whatever's not perfect sphere, blah, blah, blah. You didn't say that stuff.
8 inches 8 inches in 4 kilometers could just be like a mistake in the build.
There you go. You could have said that too. You could have said that too. You could have said, "Oh, it's within margin of error. It's not actually. This is just like you know."
What I also said is that
would have been a bad thing. Anyway.
Insignificant difference doesn't undo the argument that I made based on the other papers. So I still win because Tayler is coping.
No, you lost that point.
No, I didn't. I mean, my paper says,
and also the not knowing whether or not it's the Earth that was increasing in elevation or the cement.
Or
that's another
referring to me like that again. Like I can't even believe he's allowed to do this.
Wait, is that Tayler?
Of course.
Oh, I did, Tayler. I didn't say it again. You asked me what I said. You asked me. I didn't say it again. You asked me to relay what I had said the other time.
Sexual in this conversation, dude.
You asked me to say it to you.
Not to do that, like, and then
to be fair,
you asked me to say it to you.
This is gaslighting. This is next level gaslighting.
Dude, you're a next level actual bitch.
Okay. You literally said
you asked me to say it to you. I will not say it again until maybe you start brown nosing with it again, maybe.
You're bringing up the situation.
My point was that it was not sexual harassment.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do dumb, honey.
Okay, so the thing is, you brought up the situation that you said I told you you're sexually harassing, which I didn't even remember. Yeah. Like, why bring that up?
Yeah, I know. I have an elephant memory. I remember every interaction.
Why did you bring that up out of nowhere?
Taylor, I mean, you said, I don't know if you asked it, like posed it as a question, but the point is you prompted him to recall it. You prompted him to recall it because you couldn't remember it.
I don't
know why I would have said that, like, or what you would have said to say that.
Sexually harassing me. I didn't bring up the time that I claimed.
No, I brought it up as an example of you freaking out because you can't argue with me ever. You always lose, Tayler.
Okay, I'm freaking out.
But Max, if you had more classes,
random things like that, like.
Oh, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Only people who are freaking out bring up random.
I'm Max. I say whatever I want, whenever I want.
Base.
You're not freaking out. Then who's freaking out? Language. How am I freaking out?
You don't get to police my language. Thank you.
I'm not
then don't tell me I'm freaking out.
You. I'm like, take it or leave it.
Take the Xanax.
I'll leave it. Thank you.
This is just gross.
Leave it on the dresser.
So, do you want to do one more, Tayler? I'm feeling spicy. It's like 7 a.m. and I have to get up at
you think I would 10. Like honestly want to?
Do you want to do one more?
Max,
do you want to do
I have a question. Have you?
Yes.
He wants to go for a tiebreaker.
Sorry. So Max,
no tiebreaker.
Have you noticed this trend that like all of these Flerfs are like obsessed with Christianity or God or Jesus?
They are
for some reason.
Oh, you should check out. I have it's on my Patreon. I have me dunking on Tay and the Bible for like 2 hours and a half, where she got like 3 people trying to rescue her, and it was me manhandling Flerfs in the room. Like,
you say you dunk on everybody. You just didn't even know what you were talking about, dude. With your
he explained himself perfectly.
If you just claim you dunk on, can I just start doing that and then automatically
how tall are you?
I mean,
Max,
you can try, but no one will believe you.
Does that mean I win? Because that's easy.
Bro, I have it on video.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Can I just start saying I dunked on people and just?
I mean, you can.
Only if you're as tall as Max.
I have the evidence for it.
Do you think you've lost any conversation ever?
With a flat earther? Nope.
How would you even lose a conversation with a flat earther?
He's never lost.
I don't know. He just pulled it off though with me.
With a flat earther? No, never.
I've definitely lost a few here and there, definitely for sure.
Yeah, you lose every debate. I see you
can admit that's what an honest person would do. If you say you dunk on everybody then that says
every flat earther.
Okay.
I'm a flat earther and I just dunked on him.
The flat earther gave him his links that he
didn't.
needed, though, so
I
he
promise
should
you I
be
did.
thankful.
No, you didn't.
Listen, there's no.
I gave you like rebuttals that you didn't bring up with Tayler.
I did.
You did not. You just it's
I
different
did.
arms.
Yeah, it's different arms. And what does that mean?
That was the criticism.
I thought it was all leveled out, though. They should all be the same, right?
According to you.
That's
But you know that
okay.
mistakes happen in
Topography's not a
builds,
problem.
and 8
Topography's not a problem
inches
because they
in 4
leveled it all out.
kilometers
But
is
here we see
8
that
inches.
it's not leveled.
Tay, 8 inches in 4
Topography
kilometers
must
is
still be a
nothing.
problem.
8 inches in
Wait,
4
8
kilometers
inches is nothing
nothing.
at this point?
In 4 kilometers, 8 inches?
I thought we were talking
Are
like
you
a
serious?
meter as like your evidence.
I'm kidding.
It is a
1 meter
difference.
is like.
It is like I don't think it's within the margin of error. I think that's a weak point.
It is within the margin
go with
of
the
error.
oblate spheroid one. That one's a better one.
Yikes.
Do you want to do a salt flat?
I don't know how much of I don't know. You can do
You don't
whatever you
know?
want, Max.
By the way, I just want to say something. Like, winning every debate with a flat earther is not a flex. If you lose one, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I mean, I could OD on heroin, be foaming at the mouth, and still win a debate against a flat earther.
That's
It's
what
not
you're
even that
doing.
hard.
Bro, you just lost.
No,
you literally just lost against me.
He never
Oh,
loses.
that's
remember?
adorable.
He didn't even have his own evidence that he claimed as evidence. Like he
No. Don't try to gaslight me. What happened is you couldn't contend with my evidence, so you jumped to something where you thought you had a point. I owe you one more thing
You
here.
just start talking over me because you don't want to. You're scared to hear what I have to say. I guess I don't know. So the thing is you had your claim was that they compensated for curvature. What you need to prove that is to show how they built to compensate for curvature. You gave me a source that just said that sentence, no references. I actually gave you the building data, which obviously you haven't looked through. It's fine. Take your time. Show me where in these building plans they compensated and how they did for curvature.
Yeah, and that's you not being able to contend with my evidence.
Where I
that
gave
is
you
a
the link.
deflection.
Where did they compensate for curvature in here and how they do it?
Tay,
did
I
they,
asked
did they
you
compensate
like 10
for curvature
times.
with ground, with the earth, or with the concrete?
Tay, I asked you like 10 times, and you can't even
know
explain
either.
to me what you mean when you say compensate for curvature.
I mean, fill in the gap.
This is hilarious. I've already explained that multiple times actually. When they bring it from level to flat, how did they bring it from level to flat? I've already asked you,
You
what
know,
word would you want me to use? You didn't give
huge
me a
ass
replacement word.
machine that
I
has
put
like
you
a
the same
rolling pin
response.
that flattens out the surface.
Show me where in these ASBUILTs and how they compensated for curvature, please.
That's been done. That's been done.
Where? Which link is it on these building plans that I can reference to see how they compensated for the curve and in which way they did it?
What do you mean when you say compensate again?
I just explained it already. Are you just looking for whatever you can say as a response? How they brought it from level to flat?
Yeah. And how do they do
where
it?
can I reference on the build plans how they did that?
How do they do that? Do you think that needs to be detailed when it's
Of
something that
course.
is part of basic building?
It's not part of basic
You
building.
think
'cause
basic building
is.
always compensates
They
for
don't
curvature?
have, according to you,
Accounts for it or whatever?
flat or like what's called flat surfaces in basic building. They just level them out and that's it.
They just bring it around the curve. Like
So it's not
Lake
part of
Forest.
basic building.
They bring this huge ass cat machine
You
that
said
has
it's
a
common,
roller,
though. Earlier
and
you
they
said it
flatten
wasn't
it out.
common. You said this is unique because they don't have to normally do this. Now you're
Yes.
making the opposite claim. You're
Yes, because
contradicting
generally
yourself.
we don't build things that are 4 kilometers long.
But you just said, like,
Or flat,
I'm just letting you know
right?
you contradicted
Or
yourself from earlier.
yeah, and things are generally level and they don't need to be straight. This is a particular thing because of that. Yes.
Then why do you say, Taylor, do you not know how building works?
Well, because the building principles are pretty much the same, though.
Yeah, because you
Instead
not
of doing it
understanding how
level,
you
you just
lay
do
out
it
concrete.
straight.
There's nobody.
He still doesn't know.
Oh, I have
If
built
there
stuff.
was if there was even a Christian who was like debating an atheist and making terrible points.
Listen, Max.
Like
a
for
better
the sake
answer
of
to
for the sake of like
ahead.
Christianity, I would actually say, hey bro, you need to like chill out. You're a bit out of your league. Like you're not helping it look better.
Tay,
And
go to my
nobody here is
Patreon if
doing
you want
that.
to see you completely fumbling Christianity against me, a filthy atheist from
don't divert,
South
don't divert,
America.
See, another diversion.
So now a
This
better
is what people
response
do
to
when
what
they're
Taylor said
losing.
would have been
because we've had this conversation
the way
before.
that they made it from
This is
level
what
to
people do when
flat
they lose.
was by using lasers and GPS, and they traced the incline basically, and then filled it in with dirt, and then packed it instead of they just used this big cat machine.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You're dropping the ball, bro.
No, I'm not.
He never does, according to him.
No, against you? Nope.
Who have you ever lost an argument to ever?
His wife.
Oh, arguments I've lost. Arguments I've lost against many people. No flat earthers.
Give me one example.
I'm a flat earther. You just lost twice, bro.
No.
Percent two.
Give me one example of an argument you've ever lost. Can you even think of one?
Yeah, you don't know them.
What?
Bro, you lost against Tayler twice just now.
No,
First was the 8-inch discrepancy. You couldn't say anything
you're
about
not
it.
going to fuck her, bro.
No, for real. The 8-inch discrepancy, you did not have a rebuttal. I provided the rebuttal for you.
Yes, Tayler, I'm spicy.
How to make it from level to flat, you did not have a process. You just said, big cat machine.
I did.
I provided the rebuttal.
I did lay it out, though.
I don't need to simper.
I did lay it out. It's funny that you think gaslighting is going to work with me, okay?
You didn't lay out anything. I gave you the rebuttals, bro. I steel man your defense. I came to your rescue.
Yeah, of course.
I saved you.
The paper that I cited invokes the WSG 84.
I saved your Discord debating life.
No, you didn't.
Twice.
He's gonna still say he won. I promise you.
Well, he did win with my help.
I hope I see Spin left the recording.
Just think of one time you ever lost. Like, have
I told you that I've lost the debates. Just not against any flat earthers and not that anyone you know.
Not against the flat earther. It doesn't
not
matter.
Against anyone you know. When I first started debating, when I first started debating, I lost against a guy that went by Obsidian who was a Muslim because I didn't know anything about what Muslims believe. I wouldn't lose against a Muslim today.
You lost Lion, my boy?
Huh?
Obsidian the Lion.
No, it's I don't even know where he is anymore. He got banned from the server I was in, and I don't know.
He's in the politics server. His name is Zionist.
Okay, well, Max, I hope you do have a good night.
Linus eats Zionist.
You too, Tay.
I hope you have a good night. I hope that we can have better, more cordial, and I don't know. We actually went over some data. That's more than I usually get, so I'm thankful for that. But I just ask in the future, just the insults and stuff. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I don't.
That's fine. I won't basically tailor my language to you though. So you're going to have to deal with it.
Well, but Max, you said if you don't want me to say it, then I'll stop saying it.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, of course. I know that. And that's how I live my life.
Okay, well, she's saying stop right now, and you're saying I'm not going to tailor my language.
I'm doing pretty... Tay, newsflash. For my own sake, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for your concern, though. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. I just think that
channel keeps growing.
I think
that
you have I don't know. I think you have a lot of potential to
I know.
don't know.
What is this gaslighting?
Yes, on your compass of goodness, but honestly, Max, I think you have a heart. I think you have a big heart. And you do get a little spicy.
I'm fantastic.
But I think you have a lot
I just say wacky stuff because I'm funny.
Right. Well, I think you if you have the passion, you could be a super good researcher and whatever.
Oh, I am. I already am.
Find out cool stuff.
Yo, Max, I'm curious. What did you lose in the debate with Obsidian the Muslim?
Hey, Miss.
I didn't know a lot of the stuff that Muslims believe, and I didn't know a lot of the tactics, so I kind of lost in just tactics. Gotcha. Because you know how they always do but that's a translation issue. Now I have the tools to check on that, but I didn't at the moment, so he caught me off guard a couple of times with that cope until I was like, motherfucker, he can't always do the translation shit. So I got better, and then they got banned from the MDD Discord, and I couldn't debate him again. But
what was the debate? Do you remember what it was specifically on?
The general Muslim stuff, existence of God, and specifically the existence of Allah, and that kind of a thing.
Specifically what of Allah?
The existence of Allah.
Okay. Anyways, I'm Muslim as well, so now you lost to 2 Muslims.
No, that never happened, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Muslim.
Oh my God, a Muslim.
You're
Muslim,
Christ. Really? Oh boy. Yeah. How do you reconcile the multiple errors in the Quran?
There aren't.
Oh really? Does the sun set in a muddy pool?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
How?
It's a muddy spring.
What?
It's a muddy spring.
A muddy spring, muddy pool, whatever. But does it go into it? Where? How? How can you justify that?
Because Allah said so in the Quran.
Yeah, but it's a false claim, and also Allah didn't say anything. It was all Muhammad.
Who do you think revealed it to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
No one. He invented it.
Well, the fact is that it was revealed to Muhammad through Angel Gabriel from Allah, and what Allah says is supreme, and this happens though we don't observe it.
That is it happens though we don't observe it. That is a lovely contradiction.
Why?
How do you know it happens if you don't observe it? Then you just have faith. Is there any position that you could not take on faith?
One that's contradictory to what Allah says, yes.
Right, but in principle, you could take any position on faith, right?
If it comes from Allah, what, it's the word of God?
No. Forget Allah for just a second. Answer the question. Is there any position at all that you couldn't just have faith that it happens without any evidence whatsoever?
Forgetting Allah? No.
Right. So you can take basically any position and just say, oh, I have faith in this. No. I don't value Allah, faith.
You're not getting me. Forgetting Allah, there's no position I would take on faith alone.
No, I wasn't asking you personally. I was asking you a general question. Is there any position that anyone can take on faith without evidence? The correct answer is no. You can basically take any position on faith.
Why are you asking the question if you're not even letting me answer?
Faith isn't really...
If your question is general, then I would say it depends on that person. It's their own prerogative what they want to take on faith or not.
Yeah, because it's a general question and you're trying to deflect
I'm answering it generally. I'm saying it generally would depend on the person.
Yeah, but I mean, the correct answer is yes, you could take any... Like, for example, someone could be racist based on faith, right? Do they have evidence? No. It's just, so you could take any position based on faith. And what I'm trying to get at is that the logical conclusion of that argument is that faith is not a reliable path to truth. So when you tell me that this happens, but we don't see it, then that means that you just have faith on it. And I don't go by faith, I go by evidence.
See, what you're doing is you're kind of like isolating the conversation. You're taking it out of context. That's what you're doing. Because if the faith is in the Word of God, and the Word of God is truth, then faith will never lead you away from the truth. You understand? You're trying to say, forget God, forget truth, forget the objective truth of things, and then focus on faith alone. Obviously, people can have faith in anything, whether it be true or false, right?
No, wallahi.
But if it's pegged on the truth, then you're not going to be misguided.
Do you understand how that argument is circular?
What's circular about it?
Because what's in question is whether the truth of the claim is like the truth of the claim itself, right? The sun sets in a muddy spring. And you said that we don't see it. So that is just a faith-based position. So if you don't see it, if you and I don't see that, then how can we determine it to be true? And then you would have to say, oh, because it's the word of God. Well, but that's the thing that's in question. So that makes your argument circular. That's a great job.
It's in question for you, but not for me.
I mean, yeah, because you take it on faith, but you admit that you have no evidence because you don't see it, right?
For the sun setting in a muddy spring, I have evidence, which is the Quran. Now, why do I believe the Quran? I'll answer the question. This is the question you're asking. Why do you believe that it's the word of God? And I would answer that by saying it speaks to my fitrah. You understand?
I know what fitra is. You know that the only actual fitra in the world is the disposition of people to dance? That doesn't have to be taught. No, that it can be proven. You can pull up right now, go to YouTube and pull up 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds just dancing without anyone teaching them. You put music and the kids move. So that is the true fitra, not Allah. And what's in question is whether the word of God is, or the words that are in the Quran are from God,
Born Believers.
They're not.
You hear what I said?
Yeah, I know that. I know the concept of fitra. And what I'm telling you is that the only true fitra in the world is dance and music.
You're wrong, bro.
That doesn't have to be taught.
Do you have any kids?
You don't even have to speak. No.
Well, do you have any kids?
Not that I know of.
All right. Well, if you have kids, you'll notice that there's much more to it than that.
What I know is dancing doesn't have to be taught. That's a real fitra. You have no counter argument. Now, does semen come from?
I already gave you the counter. I already said there's a documentary called Born Believers where you can check it yourself.
That's not a counter. Tell me the argument.
The default
What's the
disposition of the average human is to believe that there's one creator, one cause, one God.
Hindus
we're monotheistic
debunk that.
By our fitra. There's a natural
Hindus debunk that. The fitra is dancing.
No, it's not.
Yes. I mean, is not an argument, but okay. So Does the semen come from between the backbone and the ribs?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my god.
No.
Yo.
Do you know where the seminal vesicle is?
Yeah.
It's in the taint. So not between the backbone and the ribs. It's actually lower.
Sorry. Do you know what the prostate gland is?
The prostate? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
know that
the prostate doesn't do guy with a lot of percent signs. Do you believe
what
that
is semen? Max, what is semen?
Semen has two components. It has the swimmers, the spermatozoids. Those are made in the balls, so way below the tailbone. And then the liquid, the seminal fluid, is made in the seminal vesicle, which is
really,
in the taint.
It's made in the seminal vesicle?
Yes.
Are you sure it just pass through the seminal vesicle?
No, it passes through the vas deferens, which is a little tube that goes up, but it's just a tube. That's not where it's produced. So either Allah made a huge blunder, and he meant to say, oh, it passes through between the backbone and the ribs, which, I mean, you have to be very generous. Or more likely, Muhammad was just inventing stuff.
Okay, seminal vesicle, like, let's just review my anatomy. Seminal vesicle is sitting on top of the prostate, right?
Yeah, in the taint.
Mm-hmm. And now if you have the rib and the backbone, between those two areas, you have the prostate, the seminal vesicles are in that between those two things. So where's the contradiction?
You know that is. Do you know what the taint is? That is the area between like where your balls and your penis end and between your butthole.
Yes,
right.
You want to pull up like a skeleton, like an anatomical skeleton, and you search it. Like you could just draw a line between the rib and like the coccyx. You know, between the end of the backbone, and you'll see that the prostate is within that. You know,
it's below the backbone.
What do you mean it's below?
Yeah, it's like the you have. Do you see that image?
Yeah, I see it.
The tailbone, right, and the vesicle is below it.
So between C and what's A, the pubic symphysis, which is like basically the end. No, this doesn't even show the ribs, but it would be in that area.
Yeah, but the number 5, which is like you have number 4 is the prostate, and number 5 is the vesicular gland. Wait, hold on. Where is the it's number 5. So I mean, between the backbone and the ribs, that is just such a huge stretch. I mean, at the most, it's 5 and C are kind of like there. 5 is a little bit lower. And
and also, I don't think your diagram is anatomically accurate.
It is.
If you have,
you can check other diagrams. That one is
in other ones you'll have the seminal vesicle going inferiorly and superiorly along the bladder. It's like the number 5 is going to be stretched higher to go even higher, and oftentimes it's running alongside the the vas deferens and stuff like that.
No, the vas deferens is a tube that goes like up and down, and also comes like from the balls.
I know, but when it comes close to the vesicular gland, there's in some, like, I can pull up probably other images where they're kind of like running parallel. This one has a gap between them. The point is, it's not. I mean, this is just a diagram. It's not real.
Like at the diagrams, usually anatomic diagrams are usually real. And in any case, it's like you can say that it's in line with like the bottommost part of the tailbone. So like, where do the ribs come on? It seems to me that it's a huge stretch. Yeah, and it's like the two. It's along the lines of the last 2 vertebrae on the coccyx. So
so it's accurate. So what's the next not contradiction?
I wouldn't say accurate. I would say he got fucking lucky. And again,
what's the next non-contradiction?
Well, I mean, so far it's not looking good. This seems way more.
Yeah, for you, bro, you're 0 for 2.
Oh no, you lost the first one. You said that it sets on a muddy pool and we don't see it. So you're admitting that you have no evidence.
Yeah, I mean, we don't observe everything in the world.
Where is this muddy pool then? Because you said you're a flat earther, right?
I don't know, But if you're asking me to speculate,
okay.
hold up. If you're asking me to speculate, it would be, near the edge of the world, which is closed off to us. It's only those that are given access by God are able to transverse it and not get looped by the wraparound.
Wait, you believe in the Waka Waka Waka? You believe in the Pac-Man world? Oh my God!
It's called wraparound Earth.
Yeah, Waka Waka Waka, Pac-Man.
No. Waka Waka Waka.
You teleport from one side to the other, right? Yeah, just like
Pac-Man. The focus
Pac-Man.
group said that wasn't
Waka Waka Waka.
Can we give credit to Arwen, please, for that?
Oh no, I give credit for that to Awake Souls, Ronnie and Jason. I even have the clip. Hold on.
Possibly.
So I mean, okay, you're admitting that you don't know. Why should I care about your speculation on this matter?
You asked for it.
Especially when you invoke Waka Waka Waka-isms.
I never said that.
Arwen Earth.
You did invoke the teleporting, right?
No, there's no teleport.
What do you mean? You said the loop around. That's you have to teleport to.
Can we credit Arwen for the?
How do you teleport from one side of the earth to the other?
Because it seamlessly blends together. There's no teleportation.
Right. So you're admitting to teleportation with different words. It's okay.
No, there's no teleport.
And then also, you're a flat earther, right?
You don't pop out of it, disappear and reappear. That's teleportation.
You're a flat earther, right?
Of course, alhamdulillah.
So,
every true Muslim is.
That is a no true Scotsman fallacy, but nice try.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Textbook Scotsman fallacy.
No, now, I can give you evidence.
The sun is always above someone's head at any moment of any given day, correct?
That's how it seems, yeah.
How does it set then?
Allahu A'lam.
Bismillah, you have no clue what you're talking about, do you?
No, I do. I'm saying that this is something knowledge that
a mystery of Allah. I get it. Coping. Okay, so you're 0 for 2.
It's you have to understand.
No, I mean that is.
Hold up, 1 second. No, you're not understanding my epistemology. That's the issue. We are fundamentally different.
Your epistemology is trash.
Listen,
I know.
That's what you think. For me, it's naql fawq al-aql. That I take the word of God before my own limited physical sense.
So you are admitting you don't know. So I was right.
Listen, no, I know what the answer is, which is what Allah said. I'm saying that my senses are limited. You understand? I don't hold my senses to be the be-all, end-all. I understand that my senses can be fooled. There's something called there's optical illusions and stuff like that. You understand? So just because I don't see the sun set or no one else sees the sun,
the problem is
I don't see the sun go below people's heads or something like that, or go into a warm spring.
I'm pulling out the paint. I'm pulling out the paint again. Oh, you're gonna hate this. It's going to be awesome. All right, so we do the dirt. Boom. Let me grab a circle. We'll do the sun. So imagine this as like a side view of the flat Earth. Yeah. Now we have agreed that the sun is always over someone's head, right? So imagine this is all the circle of the earth from a side view. So suppose you're Allah and you go to the side view and you see the sun circling over the flat earth like you would, because the sun is always above someone's head. So how does that sun set?
Again, it seems as though it's always above our heads. It seems as though it doesn't. It seems as though it's always moving and not setting in a muddy spring. But it is.
All right, so I'll take the concession and we'll move on to the next.
There's no concession.
Oh, no, you did. You conceded, but okay. You can cope however you feel.
I just said that Allah transcends our senses. So if he says that something happens,
that is admitting
then
defeat.
something happens.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to hear an argument you have never ever heard before? This is an argument of mine, designed specifically by me.
I'm not sure if I want to hear it, bro.
Oh, you're going to hate it. It's going to be awesome. So, do you know, you seem like you speak Arabic. So you're maybe familiar with language. Do you know what loan words are?
Loan words from a different language?
Loan words, exactly, yes. Very good.
Sure.
Okay. Do you also know that the Quran introduced into the Arabic language new words that were not there before?
Yes.
Okay. Why then does the Quran do a conjunction of both? If Allah can invent new words into the language, why does Allah also do something
invented words?
Quintessentially human? Do you speak Arabic? I don't speak Arabic. I know the argument. And I'm not focused on the new words. I mean, most people that I've asked about this agree that yes, the Quran introduced new words into the Arabic language that were not there before. But that's not the key part.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool to make up new words? That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, all words are made up. Now, the argument hinges on why does Allah have the ability to create new words, but then also uses something quintessentially human, which is the use of loan words. That's an inconsistency.
Why do they use both?
That's an inconsistency. Yeah.
Hold up, you're saying why does Allah borrow words from other languages and also use new words?
Yeah.
Where's the inconsistency there?
Well, a consistent being will either use all loan words or invent all the new words.
No, it's a false dichotomy.
No, it's not.
Why can't he do both?
It's a false dichotomy.
No, it's not a false dichotomy.
Yes,
because,
it is. Where's the contradiction between them?
Loan words is something quintessentially human. Humans use loan words.
Says who?
Says
such
all
a weak
of
argument.
language.
You thought this was your big argument?
Yeah, no one has a. I mean, you're laughing because you have no answer.
No, it's a trash argument because Allah revealed the Quran so it could be understood by men. Okay, so if a word from another language like Firdaus, which is like originally a Persian word, if this was known to the Muslimin or to the Arabs, or it was something that would elicit a kind of an understanding that Allah wanted to convey, then he could use it. If a word that he invented or one that I'm not even sure that they are invented, because you have to understand that the Quran was memorized by thousands of people and stuff like that.
Wasn't.
So it's like preserved. It's possible that there was pre-existing Arabian poetry or something like that had these words, and these words were actually not new. But it's just because the Quran is so well preserved that this is the only extant. This is the only extant example of the word. So you'd have to actually substantiate that's an actually new word. I don't have any evidence to say that Allah created this word, that this hadith word that Rasulullah ﷺ said.
I'm not talking about the hadith. I don't care about the hadith one bit. I'm talking about the Quran.
Well, I know. I'm saying you'd have to give evidence to say that's actually a new word, as opposed to just the fact that because the Quran.
I mean,
is so
I don't speak Arabic.
Why do you keep on interrupting me?
Every person that I've ever spoken with, I mean, you acknowledge that the Quran has words that were introduced to the language in the Quran. So
I'm not sure about that. I'm saying you'd have to actually substantiate that with evidence. I'm saying it's more likely that because the Quran was made to be understood by those that it was revealed to. You understand? Conveyed.
Yeah, inconsistency. You're
and yes, hold up 1 second. And that for me, I would think it's more likely that these words existed, and that's why it was understood by the people that listened to the Quran. And so the only reason why we have they seem new is because it's the only extant preservation that we have of these words. All other earlier mentions weren't as well preserved because people didn't care to memorize all of the poetry or the mentions of the other words. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. You're admitting the argument. You're admitting that Allah did something inconsistent.
No, not inconsistent. How'd you get that from what I said?
What does consistency mean?
If God chooses to use Greek or Hebrew or a combination of the two to convey an idea, what's the problem? Why is that inconsistent?
Oh, we're not talking about God. We're talking about Allah. So you might want to be quiet.
Allah is God, bro. Allah literally means the God.
If Allah chose to use Aramaic, Arabic, and Greek, right? What's the problem? Why do you have a problem with that? Why do you think?
Yeah, it's because it's inconsistent.
Why?
What does consistency mean?
No, don't ask me a question. I'm the one asking questions. Why?
A consistent being, especially with the conception of the Muslims, that the conception of Allah that the Muslims have, a consistent being would have done always the same thing.
Wrong. They just wouldn't have contradicted themselves.
That's just saying that you have.
How did I contradict myself?
You have no.
You're confusing.
Shut the fuck up.
Inconsistent.
It's like asking why Allah caused the sun to rise in the east. Can you answer that?
That is not even remotely close.
Can you answer that?
It's because the earth rotates.
Yeah, but why not from left to right or right to left? What's the matter?
Well, I mean, the sun moves right to left for me, that I'm in the south, and left to right for people in the north, because the earth is a globe, but that's beyond the point.
But I'm asking you, it could very easily have been the other way around.
Oh, Zion, shut the fuck up. I'm speaking with someone else.
I don't give a fuck, dude. You've been in here all night.
Yeah.
You're confusing
I've been
inconsistent with
sorting
different.
and slapping flat earthers silly all night.
I purposely stayed out of it because you were in here. Dude.
Well, Zion. So Max, this is your issue.
What should I call you? Hold on.
You're thinking that inconsistent means that they can't do anything different.
Percentage?
That's fine. Yeah. You're saying that God has to do the same thing. So that means that it would be inconsistent of God to create and destroy. He should only ever create. God only creates. That's according to you. But no, it's not inconsistent. It's just different. God does different things, right? As long as they don't contradict, it's not inconsistent. If they contradict each other, if God says, I tell the truth, and then he lies, then that would be inconsistent. You understand? But God doesn't only have to create or add, infinitum. That's not how it works.
Wait, but no, I didn't say that. Now,
you did. You said he has to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, has to because you don't think that Allah can change his mind, right?
No, he doesn't change his mind.
Okay, so then why, for one type of words, he makes a determination of using the loan words, and for other words, I'll just invent one.
There's no changing in mind there. For different words, he decided to use different methods.
Decided to use different, so changing his mind. That is
he didn't change his mind from the beginning. He decided that for this, word, for this kind of idea, he was going to use this word from this language, and for the other one, this one. There's no mind changing.
Are you laughing?
If you now hear me out. If you had iterations of masahaf, different Qur'ans, different compilations, manuscripts.
Oh, there's many.
One second. Let me.
I can show you 20 different Qur'ans.
Shut up for a second. Let me finish, man. Okay. If you had examples where you had different manuscripts, and in one manuscript he used a word, right? And then another manuscript, and you have to show the actual chronological change, right? That Allah decided to use.
I can show you that.
Once, man, forget it.
How long you been a faggot?
Oh, I get more pussy than you and your father added up together.
A ti te partieron.
¿Qué te pasa, puto cagado? Come mierda, pobre de mierda. Estás hablando de hambre, la concha de tu madre, puto pobre.
I asked him who turned them
Culo
out.
Fácil. A tu hermana se la coge tu tío.
You sound like you got turned out, right?
Pero callate, isleño, hijo de una gran puta. No viví ni siquiera en el continente, cerrá el orto.
Yo, you sound like you walk with your ass out, though, bro.
Uh-huh. Are you looking for a husband? I'm sorry, I don't do dumb.
Like someone turned you out when you were young, son.
Uh-huh. A vos te cogió tu tío. Ya sé, puto reventado.
Even the way you say, it sounds like you literally, you walk with your ass out.
Puto reventado, ya dijiste eso, culo roto, hijo de un camión lleno de putas. ¿Te me vas a venir a hacer el poronga acá, gil de mierda? Isleño, hijo de una gran puta.
Yeah,
I think he's overly defensive about it. I wonder why.
I get more pussy than you too. Even with your 4 wives. Even with your 4 wives, I could add all you 2 together, and I still get more pussy than both of you. So shut the fuck up.
I've seen you on video, bro. I don't know about that.
Not a chance.
Do you even know where I'm from?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
It doesn't matter. You don't get more than me, and by the sound of your voice, you'd be hard pressed. Are you married?
No, I'm not married. I'm not married,
okay,
which means that I actually get more pussy than you.
He's from
Zero chance.
No, for sure. ¿Y vos de dónde mierda sos, puto? Culo roto.
Wait, how many cats?
Dale, isleño, hijo de una gran puta, ¿de dónde mierda sos?
That's the only way.
Te escondes en el anonimato, forro, culo cagado.
A ti te partieron.
Dale, violado a dedo, ¿de dónde mierda sos, isleño, hijo de una gran puta, que sos dominicano?
Ryan,
Max, petting cats at the cat cafe when you go with your boyfriend does not count as getting pussy.
Oh, that's adorable.
Ass pussy ain't pussy, dude.
I'm sorry, what? Have you never had a lady that likes anal? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a virgin. Sorry, never mind.
Max gets ass pussy.
Yeah, I get it. Ladies give me everything.
I'll pull your
including estrogen.
I'm bald, which means I have excess testosterone. So, wrong again.
Right, Max, do you believe in any conspiracies?
No.
None.
Well, in the ones that are confirmed, but I don't generally believe without evidence.
No, I mean confirmed by you after seeing all the information.
Well, I know that MK Ultra was a thing, but most people say, oh, that's really bad. But I would say ultra pure LSD free from the government? Where do I sign up?
So you're just making a joke of even the one that you do believe in?
I mean, yeah, I make jokes about everything.
Yeah, I wonder why no one takes you that serious.
Oh, people take me very seriously.
I mean, who?
Do you know who I am?
I don't take you serious, so you can mark me down on the other list.
Oh, and who are you again?
Doesn't matter. We're just man in a Discord, right?
Right. I mean, right now. But that's not all I do. I do way more than that. So people do take me seriously.
I'm talking about your rhetoric.
But it's part of my
positions on
personality. I
reality.
always make jokes. I always make jokes because life is not that serious.
But yeah, but just some of us are thinking there's really bad, weird stuff happening in reality, and you're in denial of it all.
I'm not in denial. What is happening in reality?
Because all your arguments are saying, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, and I bring the evidence every time.
Any of the bad, weird stuff in reality.
Like what?
Why don't you bring something up and say, hey guys,
you made the argument. You bring it up.
Why don't you help us on our mission of exposing reality for what it is?
Oh, I do help you on the mission of exposing reality what it is. The Earth is a globe.
Yeah, we know that,
is true.
Since ancient Egypt and Greece, we've known.
Oh, I know.
There's different
I'm sorry. You're correct. I assumed that you were a flat earther, but yes.
Oh, no.
I expose the reality that the Earth is a globe. God doesn't exist.
Yeah, but that isn't what I meant. God doesn't exist. So you're an atheist, so we could discuss that.
Yeah, if you want.
How do you define God?
You define God. I don't believe in God.
Well, if you don't
I don't believe in all gods equally.
If you don't believe in it, you must have defined it.
No, people define gods, and I disbelieve in all the gods that people have defined historically
What if I define one?
Equally.
What if I define one that you already believe in? Will you say, yes, I believe in that?
I don't believe in any gods.
See? So you must have a definition.
I don't believe in all gods. I disbelieve in all gods equally.
Except if I define it to things you do believe in, right?
Yeah, but then you would have to skew the definition. Like, for example, if you define
you have got a definition, right?
Stop. If you define God as a falcon, there are falcons loose all around my house because they do them. They do them to control the pigeons.
Falcons,
so if you define God as a falcon, then you would have a category error. I would say, like, man, well, I mean, that's a falcon. We have a word. It's not God.
Okay, what is your definition of God then? If it's not falcons,
you tell me. You believe in God.
You don't have one.
God
so why are you ruling falcons out?
Because falcons are
just
animals.
Because we have a word doesn't mean it's a category error. Because we have a word for God too.
If you say that a falcon is a god, then you have a category error.
Category error against what definition?
Against the standard definitions for Muslim, Christians, Jews.
You're going by the standard
because I also when I say I don't believe in God, I also include Vishnu, Krishna, Quetzalcoatl, Zeus, Odin. No, because falcons are animals. So you're just being obtuse. Like, you want to define God into existence by naming God something else. That is just the most asinine argument I've ever heard.
Pretty sure the Indians have some gods that are animals.
Just slow down a bit. Are you saying God can't be an animal? And that's part of your definition.
I'm not saying any. I'm not making claims about God. You make the claims about God, and we'll evaluate them.
I'll make you make claims about God.
Okay.
You've claimed it's not an animal. It's not Vishnu. It's not Yahweh, right? It's not falcons.
Yeah, falcons are animals.
So that's helping me understand your definition. It can't be an animal. So what about Mount Everest?
That's a mountain.
And you can't count that?
This is such a silly argument.
So when you say God, when you debunk God, do you mean supernatural being?
I mean, that's what most people refer to when they talk about
how
God.
Did you debunk that?
Well, there's the philosophical route, or there's the specific route based on the scriptures. Huh?
How did you debunk all supernatural beings?
Because, it's not debunk. It's that I don't believe because there's no evidence that any of them exists.
Yeah, so it could possibly be real, right? You just don't believe it yet.
I mean, the possibility is infinitesimal.
We could have
but there is
beings.
Always a possibility.
You don't believe in them yet, right?
Infinitesimally, yes.
Infinitesimally, so tiny chance. So you haven't fully debunked them.
No, you don't. You know that you don't debunk things that you don't think exist, right? Do you? Have you debunked? Have you debunked? Have you debunked the existence of unicorns? No.
Yes.
The people that do believe in unicorns have failed to present.
Of course I have.
Oh, you're just a liar.
No, I use real logic.
Okay. No, it's okay.
I'll use all the evidence to say.
I'll play with you. I know what you game you're playing right now.
With one horn. That's my evidence.
I'll play with you if you want to be this idiotic. I'll play with you.
No, you don't have to insult me. I'm talking about God here. This is man to man.
No, you're not. That's the point.
Of course I
So
am.
how did you debunk the existence of unicorns?
I looked around, and found everyone's stories, and no one's ever reported seeing a pink horse with one horn.
Oh, but there are stories about pink unicorns with one horn. I mean, there's even a cartoon about it. It's called My Little Pony.
There's cartoons about Jesus and Yahweh, isn't there?
Have you also read there's actual mythological stories about unicorns?
What else are you going to bring up, dude? Rainbows and butterflies?
Well, rainbows and butterflies.
We have mythical stories about Jesus, don't we?
Yeah.
By your logic, you're saying that could be true, and by my logic, I'm saying nah. I've debunked that.
You're putting words in my mouth, and I'm going to quote.
Who's the atheist now?
Seriously, fully reversed it on.
Revelation 21:8. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice the magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars that you don't, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. So you get super hell. Congratulations.
Why are you preaching the Bible to me?
Oh, that's what I do to dishonest people.
Okay, but dishonesty is subjective, so you might have thought I was lying, but to me, I thought I was telling the truth.
Well, you are lying. You lied straight to my face.
Because I disagree.
I mean, you disagree, but you lied about something that I said, so it's not subjective.
No,
you did not lie.
Because I still disagree.
That's what you implied. You implied that unicorns might exist.
You lied.
Because
It's
you can't
okay.
disprove
It's okay. You lied. You got caught. You thought you could get one past me. You lied.
I've just decided you're a liar.
He's confused.
Now, for me.
Okay. Can you tell me about what I lied about?
No.
You lied about him lying.
Yeah. That's
no, well, he lied about what I said.
He didn't lie, because he said that you deduced that unicorns might exist because you can't disprove a negative, and there's no proof for it.
No, but that's not even close what I said. The reason that I don't believe in unicorns is because the people that do believe in unicorns have failed to provide the burden of proof for their claim. And the same happens with God. The philosophical arguments that I've been hearing for 33 years, since I'm 5, they all fail. And then when we go one level deeper, when we go into the scriptures, you have no idea. You can ask Zion. On that same video that I spoke with Tay, I made Zion freak out by reading the Bible to him. The video is on my Patreon.
Great.
So,
is it possible for unicorns to exist?
Is it logically possible?
No, just possible.
It's just possible.
Are one horn?
We haven't provided evidence yet, but if someone provides evidence in the future, then they'll exist, right?
You mean one horn horses?
Zion is already freaking out. Yes, horns that are magic. Horses with horn that are magic. In principle, logically, there is nothing precluding a horse from growing a horn in the middle of the head. Because, I mean, we have animals with horns. That wouldn't be far-fetched. Now, the problematic claim is that they are magic.
You said pink unicorn, so I wasn't considering
You said pink unicorns with one horn. Or pink
what makes them magical? What kind? Yeah, what ability makes them magical? I'm just wondering. I don't know what a unicorn is besides a horse with one horn.
Oh, some of them can fly. Some of them have, like, power. Some of them
you
can
watch
speak.
My Little Pony too much.
No, have you read? I've read like mythology. I mean, your mythology, what you call religion, which is just another mythology, is not the only one. I've read a bunch of those.
Can a rhino be considered a unicorn?
No, category error. I mean, in general, people make the argument that the idea of the unicorn came from the first people that saw rhinos. But the concept nowadays refers to magical horse with a horn.
I don't think it has to be magical. Max, if you've read all that stuff, why can't you understand that God is redefined in all the different stuff?
I know, but that's why I ask people that they define God. I don't care enough to define
but then
God.
I said...
I just believe in all gods alone.
I said, could I define God with stuff that I think you believe in? And you said, no, you can never define God. You have to stick to mine.
That you're lying again. I never said you can never define God. What I said, I gave you a specific, you filthy fucking liar. I gave you a specific example that if I have hawks loose in the palm tree in front of my house, and if you would define God as that hawk, I would tell you that that's a category error. So you liar, stop lying about me.
Exactly.
You liar, you didn't say hawk, you said falcon.
I said hawk.
Yeah,
Falcon, whatever. Same. Sorry, I misspoke.
But
Falcon,
just saying I don't believe birds are God isn't explaining why I can't redefine God if you're asking me to define it.
I mean, you can, but my answer would be that you're basically just doing just that. You're trying to define God into existence.
Yeah, okay. Now
because
understand
I
my
mean,
point.
saying hold on. Part of the definition of God would have to be, it's like, okay, it's that Falcon, but it has this, and this power, or this, and this characteristic.
Sounds like you define God.
So that's telling me you've got a definition of God that you hope I stick to, but you know I won't.
Most people have that definition of God. I'm just giving you examples.
I don't care about most people. I only care about you. I only care about you, not most people.
You don't care about me. I don't care about you either.
Then why was I asking you questions?
You're trying to win an argument that you have no chance of winning here.
No, incorrect.
I'd say he's doing a pretty good job.
So, are you going to define God or not?
Am I allowed to?
Of course.
And will you say category error, pointing out that you have a definition, not
define
me?
God, and then we'll see.
We'll see if you have a definition to start with.
Yeah, I really need to check that, but maybe we can progress forward.
Are you going to define God or not?
Is it up to me to define it, or do you have to define it for me?
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Okay, then you define it.
Okay, so you have to agree to his definition.
If you say, no, that's not good enough, God only means blah, 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 then you'll be the one defining it.
Do define it, and then we'll see. Which God do you believe in?
You got to make up your mind first, Max. Either you have a definition in your mind or you don't.
I don't care, dumbass. I disbelieve in all gods equally.
All gods, but you haven't heard it yet. And I've already warned you, I'm going to define it as something you do believe in.
You're stuck, Max.
That is such a stupid argument.
No,
that is so dumb.
Don 1, Max 0.
Wait, did you get out your pom-poms? Are you here to cheerlead?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm just calling like I see it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that you're retarded by this point. So are you going to define God or not
and then you're antagonistic to any definition?
This is the most retarded argument I've had all night, and I spoke with Tayler
be honest, bro. Say you have a definition in mind. It's a supernatural entity with some sort of power.
You couldn't tell honesty if it kicked you in your vagina. Are you going to define God, or I'm going to bed? It's 7 a.m. and I have to get to work. Oh, fuck, in 2 hours. Shit.
Do you understand that you're defining God out of existence if you turn my definition down?
Give me the definition, retard. The silence of concession. Thank you very much.
No, just that you have a double standard.
No, I don't. Give me the definition. Tell me which God do you believe in, the characteristics, and then we'll take it from there. But if you're such a fucking pussy that you can't tell me which God you believe in, this means that you're so desperate to win an argument that you will literally say fucking anything, even deny your own God by saying that God is a fucking falcon or hawk or an ant or whatever the fuck. Because you're so retarded that you need to resort to the most dumbest strategies ever.
That's literally.
So are you going to define God, yes or no, and start defining it?
He's crashing out, Don.
Which God do you believe in?
The behavior you said is retarded is what you said.
Retard, define God.
His point isn't, he's not trying to prove God exists. That's not his thing. His thing is to call out
I didn't ask him to prove God exists, retard. You also stay out of it. Are you going to define which God do you believe in?
What do you think Don is trying to do right now?
He's trying to win some kind of an argument, which is the most idiotic thing that has happened all night.
By doing what?
He's trying to define God, like, for example, oh, I will define God as your phone. Well, yeah, I do believe in my phone because I have it in my hand, but that is the most asinine position you could ever take.
What would that show?
That is even more asinine than believing that the Earth is flat.
Your position?
That is more asinine than believing that the Earth is flat. It shows nothing about my position.
Stop crashing out.
It shows that you are retarded.
What would it show
about my position? It shows nothing.
No, it would show that you have a contradictory position. You're inconsistent.
No, retard. Where's the contradiction?
You're trying to have your cake and eat it too. You're saying you don't have a definition.
Where's the explain B and not P.
God can be Vishnu, but it can't be fire.
P is no definition, or sorry, definition, and not P is no definition. You're trying to have both of these at the same time. You're saying I don't have a definition, but if he says something, you say no, that's not the correct definition because you have a definition. What's hard to understand?
Oh fuck.
The P and not P is definition.
Nuance. I guess nuance is completely lost on the sandal wearer. Okay. So yeah, I don't have a rigid definition of God, and I told this like 7 times already, because I disbelieve in all gods that have been defined to me equally. And there are some boundaries in the definitions, because otherwise you get into a category error. If you define God as a falcon, then unless you say, well, it's Yahweh that transformed itself into a falcon, there's nuance in this topic, but you morons think that this is black and white. So are you going to define God or not?
Max, thank you for admitting that you have a loose definition of God.
Retard, are you going to define God?
You said you don't have a rigid definition, but you have a loose definition, right?
You are mute. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You are cheerleading. Let Don get through his retarded argument.
I'm not going to define it because you're not ready to understand there is definitions that are not your definition.
You don't have a definition for God. Okay.
Well, you can pretend that. I don't mind.
I mean, I've been asking you. I will ask you one more time. Can you define which God you believe in?
But first, we need you to understand that you've defined.
Can you define which God you believe in?
Bro, this guy thinks he keeps on winning debates.
Can you define which God you believe in? You fucking retard.
Maybe he beat a few flat earthers earlier in the night.
Yeah, I always beat flat earthers, and I'm beating you too now. Like you are trying. You said you believe in God, and you have refused for 10 minutes straight to define it.
Correct.
Because you're retarded. It's okay. I get it.
That's not why.
Yeah, you're senile.
You said you didn't have a definition of God, and then you admitted you had a loose definition of God.
I literally explain. I know that you sandal wearers are not very educated, but I did explain myself, right? I did explain
you keep on
that when when we're talking about words, words have common usages. So when you say one thing, you mean I use normative language. So you will never hear me.
Depends on definition.
I use normative language. I use normative language, so you will not hear me playing the definition game unless I really don't understand.
You were at the beginning. You said I have no definition.
Word. So whenever there are some boundaries to the word,
you can't say that.
There are some boundaries to the word God. And all you want to do is play the retard game, like, oh, I'm going to define God as your phone, so I'm going to win the debate, and I'm going to prove that you believe that God exists because I am fucking retarded. My name is Don.
I know there's some Hindu sects that believe that cows are gods. So who defines the boundaries? Because you said earlier, no, animals can't be God, and some Indians believe cows are God.
You're incorrect. They don't believe cows are gods. They believe cows are sacred. Not the same thing. Words are really hard for you. Is English your native language? Because you really suck at it.
How?
Because you don't understand the words.
I understand the difference between sacred and divine, and you're the one that's simply making a claim. It's not an issue of English. It's an issue of what the truth is, and if it actually is sacred or divine.
No, you said that they believe cows are gods. They don't believe cows are gods. They just believe cows are sacred.
The cows are godly, yes.
The cows are sacred.
It's not an issue of English. It's an issue of whether or not there's evidence to the claim.
There is no... It's not about the evidence. It's about what these people believe. They don't believe that cows are literal gods.
Yes, that's not to do with an English comprehension issue.
They just believe that cows are sacred, you fucking moron. No wonder you're a flat earther. Because you're retarded.
English comprehension for what someone believes, whether it's...
I have the highest possible English level an ESL.
Then why are you getting confused?
So stop coping, you retard.
Why are you getting confused?
Don, are you going to define God or not?
Not at the moment for you.
Okay, then fuck you.
You're stuck on the logic.
Fuck you. You don't...
By the way, bald man, baldness isn't caused by testosterone, by excess testosterone.
I do have excess testosterone.
You got tested?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to get tested?
Because I have free healthcare, dumbass.
So you want to check your testosterone?
Yeah, I check. I have free healthcare. You retard. I get checked twice a year for everything.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
To make sure I'm healthy and not dying.
That's crazy.
Dying. Yeah.
You get your testosterone checked twice a year.
Healthy.
No, not just my testosterone. I get a full blood panel, a full STD panel. I get lung X-ray because I smoked for many years. I get a lot done because it's free.
Nothing's free.
I'm sorry your government hates you.
I've debunked all gods that I put a boundary on the definition of.
Oh, you're still trying to play this silly little game? That's adorable.
Well, you've been here. You're the one who's been here all night, not me.
Yeah.
So who's playing the silly game longer?
I never said I never said about how long.
Hours longer.
I was here debate. I watched Toon's show, and then I debated Tay. I made her crumble, and then I debated this other guy. He crumbled too, and now you're crumbling also.
Who's Tay? You talking about Tayler? Tayler was in here?
Yeah.
How many hours, Max, did you play the silly game?
Why does it matter? I do
I'm just
whatever
wondering,
I
because
want.
obviously you've done more than me, and then you accuse me of it. So I want to see how much worse than me.
No.
Your
You are playing a silly game because you think you have an argument, which I mean you don't. This is the most retarded conversation I've had all night.
Exactly.
So you're not going to define God
because you played the silly game longer than me today.
Why do you have why do you sound like you have a hard time breathing? You're agitated and you're like sitting down.
But you're the one who's shouting over everyone.
Yo, Don, I see the thing that you put inside chat.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. They believe some Hindus believe that like the cow, that like the regular cow, houses 330 million gods.
Right. And it
Cow's
represents
divine.
Shiva, right? Shiva's in there as well.
Yeah, like it houses. I don't know if it's all of the gods, but 333 million. I remember that number. 333 million gods.
Sorry,
and
Krishna.
gods. It just houses
Krishna,
them.
not Shiva.
It's called Kama Denhu or something like that.
So
No.
Max wasn't just wrong. He was wrong
you're
by a
Cena.
huge
You
amount.
can't roast a piece of bread. So are you going to define God or what?
God is the cow.
And what does it have any other character? Does it have any other characteristics other than being a cow?
It's sacred.
Rather than a typical god, cows are viewed as the earthly embodiment of the divine mother, capital M, and the ultimate symbol of purity, motherhood, and selflessness.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said like they're sacred. They're
home
not,
of the
like,
gods. According to Hindu scriptures, the body of the generic cow, Kamadenu, is believed to house all.
Notice how you're jumping into the cow deflection to avoid that you're.
No, it's just another example of where you lost.
Argument.
Where you were wrong and you lost.
I didn't lose.
I mean, there's definitely definitions for God, unfortunately.
You said God couldn't be animals.
Of course, there's loads.
I didn't say that. Now another filthy liar.
Billion.
You know that you also get super hell for lying in Islam, right?
You said God can't be an animal.
Actually, no.
And what did I say right after?
You're allowed to lie in Islam, actually, when you're at war.
That's true.
What did I say right after? Did I say that when you say that God is an animal X, if you just say that, then you're having a category error. If you add God X transformed into an animal, and these are the characteristics of said God, then we can start working. But Don is such a fucking pussy that he refuses to define the God he said he believes in.
If you admit you've got your own definition that is working at the moment, then I'll tell you mine.
You already did admit it. You already admitted it.
I'm not going to get any why should I make any concession? I explain my position. The fact that you don't keep up because you three are all retarded, that's not my problem.
It's not going to help. That's going to make you seem
Max,
less
assume the
understanding.
I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, you're playing silly
That's going to make it even worse.
Why do you breathe so heavy? Like, you get agitated by saying one sentence. Like,
that won't help.
Every time you feel he's speaking, are you okay?
He's got a nice mic. No, he's got a nice mic. He's got a dynamic microphone.
I'll look into the noise gate.
Well, actually, it's a shitty mic.
No, it's the Shure
Those mics don't do that.
It's the Shure SM7B. You got to be right up on it.
No,
yeah, thanks for noticing.
Maybe he's scoffing because you say retarded stuff, man.
You got to put your lips right on.
So, what now? You're pussyfooting. You said you're roasting an atheist, and you can't even define your own God. You really don't want to talk about the Bible.
I could define it, but I'm waiting for you to define it.
Well, I don't believe in God. Why do I have to define it? You believe in God.
There's many definitions for God. You know,
yes, and I don't believe in all of them, you fucking retard, for the 100th time.
You don't believe in unicorns either, but you have a definition for them.
The definition of unicorns, I already explained. No wonder you morons are flat earthers. It's because you don't understand anything. I already told you that I don't believe in unicorns that have been defined for me from people who do believe in unicorns. From the stories that I've read, And that's what I don't believe in.
Hey, earlier you said you wanted to play with Don. What do you mean by that?
Huh?
You said you wanted to play with Don.
I'm playing the silly little game he's playing, and I'm winning because he's running away from his own argument, which is hilarious.
What do you mean you want to play with him? What do you mean by that? It's kind of weird.
I said I'm playing. Oh, you're retarded. ¿A vos te patear un burro de chico? ¿O no te daban de comer?
Subliminals, bro. I'm picking up in your little subliminals.
You want to play the silly game?
Oíme, putito. ¿A vos te pateó un burro de chico? ¿Por eso que sos tan retardado? Culo roto.
He likes playing with balls. So
contestame, puto de mierda. Puto reventado. Culo fácil, contestame. ¿Te pateó un burro de chico? No, te hablo en español a ver si entendés la recalcada concha de tu madre.
Deja ya, cabrón.
Deja ya, cabrón. ¿Qué acento de mierda que tenés, hijo de puta?
Este es el mejor acento que hay.
¿Qué hace el mejor? Que sos de Puerto Rico, isleño de mierda. Tengo concreto acá. ¿Sabes qué? En Uruguay hay calle, puto. No soy ni americano ni latino, gordo, forro.
Tranquilo.
Puerto Rico, baby, boricua.
Puto, no tenés ni cédula. So, are you going to define God or not?
Don't instigate him so it goes on these filthy rants.
But anyways, so according to Aristotle, right, God is the prime mover. That's one definition, the prime mover.
Okay.
There's another one, according to the precepts, right? The necessary reference point for all intelligibility, logic, and rationale.
Okay.
And then you got the colloquial definition of God. It's the supreme, omnipotent, omniscient being, all powerful.
So which one are you going to choose?
It's all the same thing. Talking about the same God. All that applies.
No, they're definitely not talking about the same God.
Yeah.
I mean, it all applies to a lot of the gods and Lion's God, so.
Yeah, but that's why you have to define it so that we can start the conversation and not do the whole fucking meta for 23 minutes now. This is so boring. I'm about to go to bed.
Because you're
not going to
God,
bed, bro.
God
You have
out
like an
of
hour and a half
existence.
till work. You're not going to sleep.
No, I didn't.
Why do you say it like that, though? You sound like a little 8-year-old girl.
Pero cerrá el culo roto, anda a pescar, isleño de mierda.
Fuck, mate.
What's your problem?
Fast forward 30 seconds until you're done.
Like you're pouting. Like, no, I didn't. Like, you say it like a little girl, dude.
Así habla tu hermana, puto. Don, are you going to define God or what?
So hold up, when you check your testosterone twice a year, it's actually in excess?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't remember. I checked in January.
Usually your body has to compensate when you have too much estrogen. You know what I mean? So you gotta.
Yeah, I get estrogen from your mom's pussy.
Well, that's a good point.
Your mom lives in an island. I wouldn't fuck an island girl.
Yo, if you get a full CBC, complete blood count, then you probably get, and other stuff as well. Full workup, you probably get estrogen tested as well. So what's your estrogen?
I told you, I did it in January. I don't remember the numbers, dude.
Bro, but you're at your computer. You could just check real quick.
Dude, I live in Uruguay. We don't have that.
You don't have any records?
No, they do have records, but they're not like available online they're not available online for me to see it.
Guess who has records for their medical stuff? Well, your free healthcare isn't the be-all, end-all now, is it?
Well, I won't go broke if I break an arm in the street. So, I'll do that trade-off. Why? What advantage is?
If you're paying for it.
What advantage is you having access to your medical records on your phone? If you break an arm and they have to take you in an ambulance and now you're broke, they will take your fucking house.
Why would I take an ambulance for?
No, they won't.
I notice how you're pivoting away and basically running.
Why would I take an ambulance for a broken arm?
Well, say you broke your two legs. You had a car accident or whatever.
Okay, someone can drive
that was a bad example
hospital.
on my part. I apologize.
Thank you. I take that apology. I'll accept it. That's 3.
So Don, are you going to talk or are you just going to admit that you have no clue where you were going with the argument?
You keep distracting by speaking Spanish and about pussy, so it's your fault.
But I've been asking you for 26 minutes we going to have the conversation
I
or not?
asked you to agree that you have a definition first.
No, you don't get to ask me for a concession when you are the one that believes in God and you refuse to define it. So you don't get any concession from me.
Your disbelief is stronger than my belief, so you have to define it. You have to admit you have a definition.
No.
Okay, he just gave you a definition, Don. He just gave
I don't have to admit any.
His definition of God is that which you believe in, Don.
What? No, I didn't.
He said you're the one that believes in God, So his definition
Filthy
is
liar.
the thing that you believe.
Motherfucker, Bismillah.
So Don, the definition you can give him
I
is
will
the
go
thing I
and
believe in.
shit on
I'm trying to get
Muhammad's
him towards
tomb.
that.
I will go and shit on
Go back to the
Muhammad's
speaking in
tomb
filth
and
in
punch
Spanish. Don't
that
talk about Muhammad,
whore
sallallahu
Aisha
alaihi
in the
wasallam.
face.
What the fuck are you
Motherfucker,
talking
if you
about?
speak for
You got
me
distracted again.
I will destroy
So
you.
are you going to define God or no?
That was very insulting.
Damn, demons
My
from
mind, it wasn't on
MXXD
topic.
all night long. The
Look.
things I've been hearing.
Mohammed, police be upon him, and the whore of Aisha, I couldn't care less about either
He's
of them.
repeating it. Oh.
What? I shit on Mohammed's tomb. How is that wrong?
Bro, your demon's
You're a
speaking
coward.
for you
You are
right
a
now.
coward,
Can we get Max
I
back?
will.
Like,
You know, is that the?
Because you're protected by the internet.
I would tell it to your face. I would shit on Mohammed's grave.
I swear to Allah, and you would
You
not
would do
say this to my face.
absolutely nothing. You fucking pussy.
I promise you.
I
you
would
be
shit on
meek,
Mohammed's
you would be-
grave and
your
pee
eyes
in
would be
Aisha's
downcast.
mouth.
You would be hat in hand.
$100 for
deferential
Glovers
saying
not calling out their own. Jerry, please.
Come get me.
That sounds gay.
I mean, you are threatening violence.
Everything that he
Come
says
get me,
sounds
you
gay,
fucking
bro.
pussy.
Well, I definitely don't support this guy. I hate him.
Yeah,
Some
because
of
you
us,
can't
some of
argue
us
against
in
me,
here
Don.
don't play this camp game where we just defend one side and hate the other. So I'm one of them, Max, and you're a little out of line. So say what you want.
Oh, you can suck my balls.
Yeah, that's
You'd like
cool.
that.
What? I mean,
Yeah, this is what you're asking for it, Max.
Why do I have to respect?
Don't you know? You don't have to. You do what you want. Go back to
so I do what I want.
Okay. All the things you were saying.
I
Go
shit
back
on
to saying
Mohammed's
it.
grave and I punch Aisha in the mouth.
Yeah, keep saying that. Keep saying that, bud.
Yeah, I will keep saying
That's
that.
good.
Yeah. So anything else? I mean, you know that Mary was
This
a
is what
whore
happens
too,
when you
right?
spend too much time online and not in the real world.
Yeah.
No, this happens because you're all snowflakes.
Max, you put Aisha to shame. If Aisha was a whore, dude, what's that make you?
Don't stoop down to his level. Let him be the one tonight.
No, it's all good.
Well, I mean, Aisha was actually a victim because Mohammed was a pedo, but you know who was a whore?
goodness.
You.
Mary.
No, I'm a
Well, I am what you could define as a man whore, yes. I get a lot of pussy.
Fuck this guy.
Anyways, enough role playing for tonight. You guys have a great evening.
Bye.
Trannies don't count.
So are you going to do the argument or what? Because Don, this is so boring. I'll give you 5 more minutes or I'm going to bed because this is just beyond boring. Wait, did he run away? No, he's there. So do you have an argument for God? Which God do you believe in? Do you have anything at all? The silence of concession. Thank you very much. Okay.
My definition of God is things you already believe in. Not all things, certain things.
How do you know what I believe in?
Because I'm a human man like you.
You are a human retard, yeah?
That won't help.
How do you know what I believe in?
I just told you.
Can you be like a little bit less vague? Because,
No.
you know, retard? No? So, what if I told you I don't believe in anything? What
Couldn't
then?
believe that.
Oh, okay. So it's your word against mine, and you somehow
Yeah.
know
Then you
more
prove
about
you're a liar
myself
once again.
than me. Oh, I have no qualms in lying. I don't care. I generally don't, but I mean, it's not like I have a moral obligation to not lie. Now, can you give me any more specifics? Because that is the most wishy-washy. Because you know that knowledge is a subset of belief. So knowledge, how would you? Oh, look, check out this interesting contradiction. What if I told you I have knowledge that God doesn't exist, and that would be comprehended into those things that you define God as one of the things that I believe in.
Which
so
God?
your God would be the knowledge of God not existing.
Which
No, then
God?
you'd be contradicting
That's a
yourself,
lovely
Max.
paradox, isn't it?
You'd be contradicting yourself, Max.
No,
because knowledge is
he's
justified through
contradicting
belief,
himself.
and you said
He's
you can't
the one that
justify a
defines.
negative.
He's the one that defines. You're very slow. You're not going to get anything.
You're slow.
here.
You said yourself you can't justify the existence of a negative unless you're omniscient. Are you omniscient? No, you're not. So you can't justify the negative, like the negative existence of it, like a unicorn. Or
I never said you couldn't
you said
justify
yourself
it.
there's an infinitesimal possibility that it's true. So you do not have justified true belief that there is no God. So you suck.
It was an example, Dumbo.
Yeah, and you suck.
It was you know who sucked?
Contradict yourself more.
Do you know the story of Muhammad and the Al-Sut?
Do you know the story of you being stupid?
Did you know that Muhammad got raped by like 20 Al-Sut men?
You're so dumb.
It's a true story.
Wallahi, you're stupid, bro.
No, wallahi, I'll get you the citation. So
Yeah,
Don,
I know the citation. Yarkaboon, you think that just like, climbing on top means that literally? If I said,
no, it's
Max,
not climbing on top. You're not going to play the
Max, you're
definition
being filthy
game
with
with
your
me.
language, and people are
You're not going to
dogpiling
play
on you,
the
telling you to stop.
definition. You're not
People
going to
are
play the
dogpiling you,
definition.
telling you to
He
stop.
got mounted by 20 al-Zut, and he liked it.
You're
So
an idiot.
Don, can you be more specific? Because you're going to define God as something that I believe in. That is super vague. You acknowledge that, right?
I think he might be like a masochist.
I'm not. I'm dunking on you.
You keep on getting humiliated, and it's like you keep coming back for more.
But you also thought that Tayler made a point, and you also think that the Earth is flat. Like
Tayler made 2 points. You are
a flat earther that's also a Muslim. Like you are one step away from actually being retarded.
How would you know?
You are a Muslim and you believe that the Earth is flat.
Are you an expert in? Because it seems to me like you're very well versed in what's retarded.
No, I'm an expert in the shape of the Earth, and I also know that the Quran is false.
That's why you got LIGO wrong. You didn't know whether the ground, whether it was Earth that was wrapping up or the concrete.
No way, you're still talking about this.
No, we just.
No, Don is trying to make an argument, but has been okay. It's. I gave
Don
you the
destroyed you. By Don's definition, you believe in God.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. By his definition, you do.
No, because he didn't specify. He gave the most nebulous definition ever. Like,
do you know
he actively refused to define God, which is retarded.
He defined it as that which you believe in. You said you believe you have knowledge, which is just by true belief.
That Venn diagram is huge.
Therefore, you believe in God.
Retard. That Venn diagram is huge. This is the most retarded argument.
You're not as smart as you think you are, man.
Heard. And I spoke with Tayler today. Is that what you have done? Are you a Christian? Oh, super scared. I get it. I'm intimidating. It's okay. Well, the silence of concession. You just denied Jesus, so not only you lied, so you get super hell. You deny Jesus, so I don't know. I guess you get 2 eternities of torture, if that makes any kind of a sense. So, all right. Until next time.